Hello and welcome everybody. Oh my god, sorry. I'm sorry so much for this beginning over here. We do have Chacun Pour Soi going against dela. We have seen these two teams go well separately against other teams before. Definitely we've watched a lot of dela in the past week, so I am expecting a lot of good results over here. A very good game. But there was an emergency on one of the teams on Chacun Pour Soi, and they couldn't actually make it on time, so that's why we delayed the game for at least 15 minutes. Now we are going into the lobby. We do see most of the players did join. We just need one more to join, and then we're gonna end up on our slots over here, and we're gonna get this going. If you are wondering what has been happening in the CivFR Squadrons, you can definitely check out the command CivFR season 10, and you're gonna get the links over here for each of the squadron divisions. They do have multiple divisions, and I believe we are now finding ourselves in division 2, if I'm not mistaken. We can actually check this out, but I am a bit wary of changing this. So actually really quickly, because I think I have time, let me actually put it up on the screen here. We do have okay, there we go. This is better. We do have shell special battleships winning 4 games and not losing a single one. We do have Dishan coming up with also 4 wins. Chacun Pour Soi, 2 wins and 2 losses. Last Day Company with 2 wins and 2 losses. We've also covered some of their games. Salt, Chili and Pepper 2 and 2. Imhotep 1 and 3. And Ole dela 1 and 3. And this is a very, very interesting I would say development over here. They do have very good players on their team. I believe it's a matter of synergy between them. I believe they need a little bit more time to coagulate their team, and of course manage to discover how they could work best, get their strategies going, and get their A game going. And it will take some time to do this. We've seen quite a few teams go through this process, and of course dela doesn't actually I would say is not an exception on this. Cleozin, good evening sir and welcome. We got Natro0225 in the house. Good evening sir and welcome back. Salty Capybara, bienvenue, bonsoir mademoiselle. Hey, how are you doing ma'am? Yeah, we do have Raichun also in the house. Good evening sir and welcome. All Triangle 8, hello there sir, welcome. And I do believe Asbestos Amoeba was the first one to get that promotion. Hello there sir, and thank you so much for picking up that first promotion. Big shout out over here to Asbestos Amoeba. Vis Electra, nice salad over there. Welcome sir, good evening. Thank you very much for joining. And do I see? Okay, that's about it. I believe we're gonna have to wait a little bit for also the players to get ready here. Come on, one more. I know they're here. I know they're in the same channel. I think Dr. Zeta is missing. If I'm not mistaken, Dr. Zeta is the only one missing. Maybe he needs to update his mods or something, or maybe he's running back home, you know. Anyway, I do have to say something. I got it, boys. You know, I talked yesterday, 3080, went down to the store, got it today. It was on stock. It was wonderful. I plugged it in and everything started. Woo! Oh man, amazing. I can only wait to play some more of that EFT to actually get the full-blown impact of it. And I'm actually quite curious if anything will happen over here if I, for example, try out to put in RTX voice. On the previous card it didn't work out so well, but maybe on this one it will work out. Sometimes it's kind of crackled because of the lack of power, but on this time I think on this one I think I have a lot of headroom to actually play with that. So I'm really looking forward to actually try and min-max my microphone, maybe see something that I can do over there, improve it a little bit, maybe some compressor, maybe something else, I don't know. Definitely the background sound, I did try to keep it as natural as possible, but at the same time I do believe it can be, you know, a little bit better. It still keep the natural in, but still a little bit better. Ooh, we got Choups connecting. Okay, so not Dr. Zeta, it's actually gonna be Choups. I swap Exvupur. Okay. So as you can see over here, the players have joined. We do have all of the lobby full. We just need to get them in the correct slots over there. Hello there, Zora. Good evening, ma'am. Also, Star Spanky, bună seara, bună seara, bine ai venit. Oh, the orc invasion over here. Smork. Oh man, I thought you were gonna compete. Oh, in the game? Yeah, this would be interesting, right? If I actually play out at some point. I do have one little more, one other announcement to make, by the way. Tomorrow we will have a much earlier game. It's gonna be 1200 GMT, middle of the day. This is actually going to be quite interesting. I'm hoping actually I'm going to get all of my sleep done before, because usually that's the hour I actually wake up. Most of the time I do sit, how to say, I do stream very, very late, and it is, well, I need to get my 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. your time. Oh my god, that's very early in the morning. That's very early in the morning, Bob. Also, good evening, sir. How are you doing, man? No, I was trying to... okay, I think I got all of the connections done over here. All of the pings set. It should be fine. Just need for them to start up the jam. I was maybe looking forward to doing 2 games tomorrow. I don't know if that's actually possible. We will need to see tomorrow if that's actually possible, because with that early of a game, we don't know how long it will take, and we might get the opportunity to get a game like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. and so on in the evening. That would actually match, like you get like 3 hours on the first game, then we get like 5 hours in the second one, and that will be all good. Hopefully. Anyway, it looks like me and Stick are going to be the spectators. We got them starting to move on their slots here. Skarn, Gwernaroth, Keske, and is it Choups actually? Or Chemikus? I think it's Chemikus, but let me actually double check that information, because I lost the file. This is a bit weird, but I lost the file. Oh no, so Choups is on Chacun Pour Soi. She's on the other team, and I believe it's Chemikus. Yeah. Chemikus is going to be the 4th member of dela. Okay, so there was a file that got somehow it disappeared. Okay, let me actually show you. So over here, and this is amazing, by the way. I have no bad feedback about this. I actually have only good feedback about this. On the CivFR server, there were quite a few changes, and they put icons next to the channel names, and now you can actually see, well, get a better read on what every channel is, for talks, for reports, for calendars, for streamings, and so on and so forth, which is amazing. By the way, if you take a look, somebody did a lot of work over here. I don't know who did, but it was amazing. I have only good things to say about it. The thing is, when he did this, there was a channel that got disappeared. I don't know why it disappeared, but it disappeared. This is the channel that you use to actually how to say, move members from sub out members from one team to the other, and that was the channel that was holding the file. It was pinned, the file for the game, for the players in the game, in the teams, and the rosters, and so on and so forth. Maybe I can ask over here, where is the Google Sheet holding the team information, please. Channel not available anymore. Sad face. Now, I know with the changes, I cannot see the schedule for the matches anymore. I don't know anymore when the SAS team is playing. Really? You don't see the they throw, what can I say? Boomerang right there. Salty, what can I say? I'm sorry about that. There is a game actually with the SAS team. I believe it was yesterday. Damori did announce it yesterday, but again, they announced it extremely late. It is extremely late. That's the problem with. I don't know why they're doing it, but they're announcing it. Oh, we're gonna play in like 2 hours. Okay. I mean, sure. And then we have all of these other teams that are extremely I would say conscious of about when they're gonna play, how they're gonna play, what hour and what day, and they announce it like multiple days before, and they do really pay attention to all of the other details, which is amazing. So I don't know, man. I would hope this would actually slowly get into the correct way of doing things. I believe it's a bit related to also the we were just exiting the summertime. A lot of players are getting their last vacations going, and so on and so forth. So I believe it's one of those. I think it is pinned in the report channel. Wait, is it? Oh. Oh, I see. So, there we go. Salty, you can have it from here. There we go. I will copy this. Click that, and then it will take you to this. You click this, you click Big Australia over here, and you're gonna get the squadron. Okay, got it. So this is the channel I was looking for. You can see over here, this one over here, this file over here. This is the file I was looking at. Anyway, coming back to the game over here, because it looks like they are going in. I just need to thank very much April for the help. Merci beaucoup. Okay, we do have 4 maps still available for them to pick from: Lakes, Inland Sea, Pangaea, and Tilted Axis. Of course, I'm actually surprised they actually took out really early Highlands and 7 Seas. This might actually come up to be quite of a surprise game, and definitely we do need to see how this will develop. Tilted Axis or Pangaea. We got one map that has been played so much in the tournaments and in the normal games. Tilted Axis, a map that can be won by anybody. This is gonna be quite something. Tilted Axis is one of the maps that gives you the opportunity to do surprise attacks, and most of the time you have a lot of coast. Oh my god, Tilted Axis is coming, boys. Come on, Tilted. Woo! Yay! We do have a war going on over here. Let's see. Soldi, do you think it is okay to get that role? In the end, it's a server for French player, and I'm neither French nor a Civ PvP player. I'm not French either, and I have that. It's fine, you know. Yeah. Zora is no. What is going on? No, it's Tilted Axis. We got it, boys. I think they tried to throw a curveball, thinking the opponent team will not, will not want to play on Tilted Axis. And they wanted to force their opponents to try to pick Pangaea for them while taking out the maps that they didn't want to play on. And their opponents were like, let me see what does this button do. No, Titi, no. Anyway, we now have Tilted Axis, and they're gonna have to play it. It is what it is, right? So we got over here Spain coming up in the first choice. We got Basil the second in the second choice. Taking out, these are bans at the moment. They're gonna need to take out quite a few of the civilizations that are very good on land and on water. That's what's going on here. And of course, I do believe Lotaro is also gonna come up over here in the ban phase. We're probably gonna see also civilizations like maybe Dido or England taken out. Victoria. I am expecting Eleanor also to come up quite a bit high up in the stats. Not to oh wait, Norway. Oh my god, they need to take out Norway in the first one. Oh my god, if they don't take out Norway in the first one, this is gonna be quite a problem. Yeah, also I never played Tilted myself, but very interesting to watch. It is quite something. So Tilted actually spawns with a big ball of ice in the middle. The ice that should have been on the north part of the map or the south part of the map is just bundled up in the middle over there, because it's like, you know, that's what Tilted Axis actually means. You have like ice on the outskirts of the map and ice in the middle. So that's basically how it is. And this is gonna be quite quite something to see what's gonna happen over here. There are almost always passageways through the middle of the map from one side to the other. So there is almost always an opportunity for the players to clash with a naval power. We're gonna need to check out. Oh my God, they're not taking them out. I need to settle down over here. So we got Lautaro, and then we do have Indonesia, we got Norway, we got Dido, we got Victoria. So many amazing powers available for them, and I don't believe, honestly, I don't believe there is time for anybody to go culture on this map. And immediately after somebody's gonna pick culture, somebody's just gonna go, oh, I'm gonna go Gorgo, and what you gonna do? And of course they're gonna try to defend until somebody comes and wipes them out with a navy. Don't get me wrong, there is quite a bit of land on the map. But most of the time, you just don't get to ignore the coast. That's what's the problem here. The coast is just so important. So we're going to need to see how this is going to happen. I've seen actually in quite a few games the games being won by land warfare, so I can't take that out as an option for them. But most of the games, like I think 70% of the games that I've seen on Tilted Axis were won by naval powers. So now there is a very hard choice for who is it? All the dela is going to pick up on the second team. Oh my God, they took out okay, I guess Portugal is a crazy one, but that remains that opens up Norway. And you've seen Norway's Victor third ability. It's amazing. Also, I do want to point out Indonesia. We've seen it, how fast it can actually do those stats. Dido is still available. Victoria is still available. Japan is available. Although, honestly, have you ever seen, like in the past few weeks, have you seen Japan rise to the challenge? It feels like it's not up there anymore, right? It's not shining anymore. Yes, it does have samurais. Woo! So big sword you have. But at the same time, I mean, doesn't seem that crazy anymore, right? It used to be crazy. Now it's like, man, it's Hoja talking. Just let him be in a corner. It's fine. He's not gonna get big stats. Especially when you compare him to like Victoria or Eleanor or Indo. Like, there's just no comparison over there. The unique building is too far out, I think. You mean the electronics factory, right? Yeah. It is very far away. Industrialization, very far away. So Exvupur is gonna go Hojo Tokimu, Japan. We're gonna have Gwernaroth on Victoria, England. We're gonna have Skarn going Harald Hardrada. Oh man, we're gonna dance on the streets over here with Norway. We're gonna see people drinking beer on the streets and at the same time rowing their boats towards their opponents. And you do see, of course, Japan benefiting from an extra +5 on the coast. They picked also Dido, which also has the Biden, which is 5 strength higher in base. The problem is, still Norway can overwhelm them with its ability to go through the deep water tiles and its ability to heal. It's actually an extremely dangerous civilization to play against. Of course, there are 4 more bans, there are 4 more picks. Anything can happen. Position of the map, remaps count, and so on and so forth. What they're gonna choose, what are they, the strategies that they pick to go against their opponents, and so on and so forth. There are still a lot of details. Most of the time we do talk in the ideal situations, and I do believe sometimes it is fun to actually get surprised by something that the players will do without us predicting it. It is always amazing to see something great done by the players as a strategy. Okay. And we do have Rome taken out as a civilization, a 7th ban, and of course 3 more to go. Oh man, totally forgot to get some juice over here. I did manage to get to the store today and refill my fridges. Get that Fanta madness in there. Okay, the madness. Lautaro hasn't been picked in the first one. I'm actually quite annoyed over here. What is this not picking Lotaro? Having Lotaro, did they just realize Lotaro was available? Did that just happen? How many times have we seen actually Lotaro being first pick or first ban over here? Oh man, I hope they're gonna realize their mistake in the next game and pick it immediately. Of course, there still are four civilizations, very strong civilizations in the game. I don't doubt it. And you can see they are not ignoring the coast. They are going all in the coast. I'm actually quite curious if they're going to go for something cheeky. Maybe we're going to see somebody try to go for the Diplo over here. I don't know. Maybe some Sweden gameplay. We might actually see some Canada over there. That could also be nice. The problem is actually no, Canada and Russia. I can spend a few moments to talk about them. Canada and Russia on this map just don't have what they need to be extremely good. They have what they need to have an early good start. They don't have what they need to have a really good ending. And of course we're gonna need, it's all map dependent, but I'm talking about in the majority of cases you just don't have that. And you've seen the players just stay away from the niche scenarios. They don't want to go for those 1 out of 4 chances to get a good land and get a win. You know, like it feels like it's a bit too chancy. Also, I wanted to see Lotaro. I know, right? Everybody wanted to see Lotaro. Those melons just running all over the map over there. We got Keske going for Eleanor of Aquitaine immediately after he got his choice to pick. Indonesia got taken out. Catherine de Medici got taken out. FizzLePoisson and Choups will need to pick up next for Chacun Pour Soi. By the way, a bit of a translation over here for the names. Chacun Pour Soi means everybody for themselves, you know, like it's everybody for the each how to say it. We do have on the other side dela meaning beyond Irel, and that's actually, I believe that actually has 2 meanings, and this is something that I didn't get a clear feedback from them, because beyond Irel can mean you're much better than Irel, as in you're, how to say, you're always better than irrelevant, and it can also mean it's much worse than irrelevant. It has like 2 meanings over there. Yes, you can take it up how to say immediately to say it's the worst way, but it's you know, it's kind of that vision if you watch the half glass full or the half glass empty, you know. Also, Chacun Pour Soi are FFA players initially. Oh, good information coming out from Zora. And also, bonsoir, Sisi Pyro, bienvenue. Tanhouse, good evening, sir. Welcome. And just in time for the end of the draft. Yeah, it looks like you're just in time to start the game. Usually we interpret it as worse. Yeah, I think so, right? It's the half glass empty or half glass full. You're going for the half full. Look at that. CC Pyro also not knowing this information. We gotta, okay. We need more information over here, CC Pyro. You gotta give us more info. You know. Anyway, FizzLePoisson is gonna go for Kublai Khan, China, and I'm gonna get proven wrong, boys. Choups is gonna go for Peter. We got Peter in the house. We might actually see him try to go for those Tundra shenanigans, for the culture, for the tourism, and we do need to see how that will be. Chemikus instantly, you see, I told you at the beginning of the game, if anybody is gonna go culture, you know, like they're gonna go for something like culture, immediately there's gonna be a counter pick. Jeverman the 7th with its amazing culture generation, if it can actually put up a very good fight, and of course it can develop a lot on these maps. Okay, please don't forget to turn off draft. Oh wait, tournament draft, so we do not get Pepega error UI. I recognize the ICQ impression. Glass isn't half full or half empty. It's twice as big as it needs to be. Oh, I see how it is. Check for the team names. Wait, what are the team names? Oh, you mean if they actually put the team names? They did not. But I'm gonna put the team names. It's fine, CC Pyro. I'm on that. I always have labels for the team. Come on. Okay, so we're just a few seconds from going into the game here. The players have chosen their correct civilizations and their slots. Exvupur, it looks like he's going to stay on Japan. We got Gwernaroth on Victoria. Chemikus is going to go for Eleanor of Aquitaine. Choups on Dido. We got Skarn on Harar Hardrada. FizzLePoisson on Kublai Khan China. Keske on Peter. And Hashke is going to go for Jayavarman the 7th. And we got only stick to click that ready button. And we're going to go into the game. My map label, yes indeed. Oh my god, merci beaucoup. Map label, where is the map label? Let me actually take a look over here. Yeah, map label. We do have tilted axis. Yes, yes. Stick? Stick is can somebody poke stick with a stick? Okay, let me find out if I can poke stick with a stick. Okay, there we go. There we go. We'll go again. One second, need to reply to a quick message over here. Dido and Khmer being picked, it's my lucky day. Both of your, oh my god, you really like these? Okay, we're gonna follow these a little bit more. So I'm actually curious what the land looks like on Russia over here, and of course I'm definitely curious how this will develop. You guys need to tell me if everything is gonna be good on the graphics, by the way. I do have to keep on trying to see if everything is fine over here. If the stream is stuttering or if there is any kind of problems, please let me know. I did increase a little bit the quality of the land, so you might see a few improvements there. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Japan on the west side. Looks like Exvupur. Yes, oh, it's already in. It's already in. Let me see. Can I? It's in there. GeForce Experience. Pum 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 pum. Tum 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 tum. Where do I look? Okay, here. It's there. I went today and I got it. Look. 380 Ti, 9900 KF and 32 gigs of RAM. I do keep my screen on 4K, but the game is the stream is on 1080. That's why I'm asking if everything is fine, because I'm still trying to figure out the best settings and everything. Anyway, the pin lag is still gonna be there. It's Steam problems, but it is what it is. We do have Japan over here with the settler on a 2-2 base. He can just settle, and I do hope he is not gonna waste that turn. I don't think he knows about the horses, and nor does he want to take a chance to go and settle the north or the south. Does have quite a few other tiles to go for afterwards. He's gonna probably need to get either fishing, sailing, I mean, for the fish, or try to go for something else. The big question that he has in his mind right now, and I'm pretty sure this is it. Okay, what am I gonna do, boys? I don't have any other 2-2 and other than this 2-2, and the first thing that I need to do is actually get a builder out. I can't get a scout out or the settler right afterwards, right? So I think Exvupur over here is in a little bit of a pickle. That's why he is not instantly settling. Anyway, we're gonna come back to him and see what he's gonna do. To his north, though, we do have an opponent of him. Gwernaroth on England will have this coming up, and Motherin. Oh, hello there, Motherin. If you render, you can stream at 8K bitrate. There shouldn't be any issue for that GPU and MVEC encoder. I hope so. I mean, I hope so. That's why I got it. But I've seen a few days ago when I streamed EFT, Escape from Tarkov, I've seen my screen was a little bit choppy on 2070, like on 2070 Super, and but on the stream it was like top notch. You know, like I had the Discord stream, I had like the stream on 1080p, no problems, no scratches. But and at the same time, Nvidia, whatever it's called, Shadow Play or something like that, that was recording in the background. But anyway, I do hope this will solve all of the issues that I had on that date, and I can stream some more. Also, welcome to the stream, sir. Welcome. We do have Gwernaroth over here with England needing to get his 2-2 base. It doesn't have one. Still has 2 movements. Could go off the coast for that southern tile, but unfortunately he's going to lose immediately the adjacency on the coast. Since he does have Japan to fight on the same coast, of course, he is going to go that way. Look at him. Look at him go. Such a young one, such a young one. He went off the coast over here for, well, I guess it is what it is. He's going to be a bit more protected when it comes to his Japanese war, but at the same time, he's going to need to put that harbor out on the water because he's not going to get an easy connection through this lake to the south. We'll see. We'll see how England matches this. We've seen less and less the players rely on harbors rather than anything else. So I guess harbor adjacency, I mean. And so I guess this kind of fits the profile. We do have to his east side China with FizzLePoisson. This is also going to be an enemy of Victoria, and China over here is not really well known for its naval powers, nor does he actually have an immediate enemy to worry about on the coast. So I think that's going to give him an opportunity to get units out on land. This is going to be very bad. Very, very bad. Very bad for England. Gwernaroth here is going to have to fight coastally and on the land, which is going to be extremely, extremely taxing on his economy, on his ability to get the technologies, the science, the culture, and so on and so forth. So we're going to need to see how, and first of all, if they're going to want to keep this map, and if they do keep this map, how he's going to try to fend off both of his attackers. We've seen yesterday how much it matters if one of the teams has like an insane amount of gold. Even if they lose the settlers and so on, they still can come back if enough time is given to them. And of course, big brains. Boop, 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 boop. We do have to the northeast over here Russia with Keske. He is I gotta say, throughout of all of my tilted axis maps, this is a more than decent one, honestly, for Russia development. When it comes to its tundra, he has quite a bit of it. He also has horses in the capital. He's gonna have some iron. It's all good. He's gonna have a bit of coast if he wants to. Don't think he's actually gonna want to, but anyway, he can put quite a few harbors, even +4s over here, even from his capital. We do need to see how he's going to prefer to go about it, since, of course, going top 3 usually is the way. It looks like no. Keske is going to go towards the Temple of Artemis. Animal husbandry first. He's going to try to improve those camps, and he's going to get a builder in 2. Okay, different way of approaching things. Usually we do see Russia over here with holy sites, you know, something like that. Russia is very lucky. Yes, very lucky. This is, you know, I was talking about those 1 out of 4 chances to get a good spawn on Russia. This is one of them. This is one of them. Keep on moving because we got turn 4. Let's see over here on Choups. Choups on Phoenicia. She's gonna get only 1 to 2, and then a 1 3, and then I guess she can buy a few of these 2 tiles to the north. Okay, that can work. It does have a +4 Cawthon in the capital. I do see a lot of coast that she can develop to the south. At least 2 cities with a third one, Zanzibar, that she could take out. That's not bad. She could also settle the northern coast for another 2 cities. That's a lot of cities that she could get over here. Choups is also going to be the ally of Keske, that's Peter's empire. Okay, there we go. So they can trade coastally if they do manage to get a city here. This is also going to be good for their economies. A bit of an issue, she doesn't actually have an opponent early to go for. She's going to need to get a lot of boats and maybe at some point send them to Gwernaroth at the caravel timing, because, oh man, that's like half the map right there. Or more than half the map right there between them, going through the north and all the way down. It's a bit too much for them to handle. Anyway, on the south, we do have Norway coming up over here with And Nidaros Skarn is gonna get a 2/1 ivory tile to work with a 2/1 base. Does have a river. From what I can see, you can check it out over here. Does have a river next to his city, and I do notice he's gonna also have a lot of coast, and he's gonna get to trade coastally with England. Ew! What's that spawn, bro? Oh man, that's just nasty, bro. Look at that. Oh, what is this spawn, Chemikus? What did you do, bro? Oh my god, this is, I mean, okay, sure, you can do something with it, but it's just so nasty. Like, it's you're gonna need to get cities over here to the northwest. To the south is just desert. Okay, sure, some mountains, but that's just desert. And he's gonna need to settle all the way up to Khmer over there. Now, well, I guess at least he's gonna be an ally, so they can do that. But this is just this map is gone. Migman and Asbestos instantly saying, you know, Chemikus will just want to get a remap here. Well, honestly, with Gwernaroth on the west side, having that Iki spawn coming up over here between two nations, they need to find out if he's... But honestly, come on. Let me switch the vision over here. Do you see the vision? We got like 3 players on one side, and then, you know, England on the other side. Like, what is this? England over here is like, okay, boys, let me at them. Let me at them. No. England, calm down, bro. Calm down. You know, chill out. Chill out. How do you say in French, calm down? Calmez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Hein? Monsieur, calmez-vous. You know, this is England right here. Needs to take this, you know, lightly. He needs to be extremely logical about this. You know, he cannot take all of the opponent's team at once. He needs. I know he can. I know he wants to. But please, you know. Calmez-vous, mangez de la baguette. Okay, I guess, you know, eat your baguettes. That's what it means, right? Calm down, calm down, please, I guess. Or you calm down, eat your baguette. Come on, FizzLePoisson, come on, man. Anyway, it looks like immediately we got Skarn, Gwernaroth, Chemikus, and Hashke putting up an option in the remaps. We don't know what, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a yes. Oh my god, the others didn't even vote, and now they put yes too. Okay, so both of them, one remap, guys. One remap. Yeah, what is this? On se calme, on bois frais à Saint-Tropez. What is this? I need to. We calm down and we drink fresh in Saint-Tropez. Yeah, exactly. Woo! Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna unpause over here. We're gonna go for the next turn. Then after the next turn, we're gonna have the remap started, and we're gonna see a new map. Okay, this is actually a good moment for me to do something. It's extremely important. I'm gonna get one of those juice, because you reminded me of juice. Also, wait, all triangle weird that the Dido team voted to remap also. I know, I don't know why. I honestly don't know. Maybe they felt the same about Dido. They didn't want to leave Choups alone on, between 3 of her opponents. That's maybe why, right? Oh, guys, I got something to eat right before the stream, but I couldn't eat my dessert. So right now, on my left side of the desk over here, on my left side of the keyboard, I have some look at this. Awesome. This is my after stream, how to say, treat over here, you know. I'm gonna treat myself to, oh man, yes, crepes, yes, people fat over here. Russia agreed with that remap, but I guess they also didn't like the 3 versus 1. Yeah, basically. Did salty? That's a good question. I don't think so. They're not actually filled with choco. I think they're filled with gems. I know salty really likes crepes with chocolate, and I gotta say I also like them. This time they weren't done like that. Yeah, I know, right? Oh my God, it's unbelievable. When my grandma does them, like she's like three stories below, I can smell them from above, and I'm like, oh, crepes. Oh, you know, like a shiver that goes down my spine. Crepes, sugar. Anyway, let's go for this. Let's see how this develops over here. Okay, we got a new map. We got a big land for Mr. England. He's gonna get a reef tile in that one tile, a lake. Very nice, very nice. Extra fresh water from there. Very nice, very nice. I gotta say, this is much better spawn. Like, he just went from a 3 out of 10 to maybe a 6 out of 10. Much better spawn. The fact that he's also alone on the other kind of makes this an 8 out of 10. Doesn't have a lot of fresh water, though. That would have made it 10 out of 10, but it is what it is. He's gonna be coastal. He is gonna get a lot of lighthouses, harbors, and so on, so it's gonna be fine. I do notice he also has the opportunity to move off fresh water and go for a 2-2 base, either on the deer or on that aluminium. And aluminum. I'm sorry. I like crepes with berries, chocolate, and ice cream. Oh my God, yes, ice cream. I gotta say, ice cream wouldn't have handled the heat in my room, though. It's like. You can boil an egg during the day over here. I was going to the store today in my car, 35 degrees, and it was only 12 o'clock. Oh. And I'm talking Celsius, I'm not talking Fahrenheit. 35 degrees, 12 o'clock. Oh man. Okay, so Chemikus did settle in place. It looks like he's going to build there first. He's going to try to improve his land, and we're going to see how the other did spawn over here. To the south, there is Norway. We got Skarn over here, quite far away from him, but he can develop his empire towards the north. One bit of extra information over here. Read all about it. Nidaros is not going to have an easy passageway towards the south, but he could settle a city later on in the game and just get those boats towards Phoenicia. Choups over here is to the east side of that continent and could actually be threatened by that settle over there. I'm pretty sure they're going to find themselves on the land, but there is a big mountain range between them, so not an easy passageway to go for. We do have an amber tile to the north of Nidaros, a reef fish tile in the capital. I do believe he could just work both of them, since he doesn't have a to work at the moment. What he does have is an amenity from his from underneath his settler. He does have an olive tile over there, and of course he's going for scout over here. I do notice he's also gonna have another good city to the west side. Actually, I gotta say, this coast is looking better and better. 4-2 tiles and spice tiles over here to the south. I see turtles in the water. Oh man, give me that juicy meat over there and that extra. You read all about it. Science. Very nice. Russia technical tiny island. Let's see. This is not a technical. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, I guess. Right? It's 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4, I guess. So he can settle. But this is, 1 out of 4 spawns for Russia just poofed. We talked about this. 1 out of 4 spawn for Russia to actually get good on this map. This is it. This is the other ones, the 3 out of 4 spawns that you're gonna get, and this was one of the discussion I actually had in the BBG server at some point, and I remember there were some players that were a bit a bit confused when I said, yeah, you have a chance, especially with like monumentality civilizations, to get very good, like you have like a 1 out of 8 chance to get extremely good, but you still have those 7 out of 8 chances when you're gonna be bad. Like what are you gonna do? Count your chances to actually fix your karma to get the good spawns during a game of professional? You're not gonna get to do that, right? It's still, the chance is a chance. You're gonna get 1 out of 8 chances to win the game or not. That's it. That doesn't work like that. No, it does. That's how chances work. Asbestos 35, that's it. It was a 41 here. Oh, wait, that was only 12 o'clock. I don't know how it was afterwards because I haven't been paying attention to my car, but I'm pretty sure it went to like 38, 40. Also, this is why Russia team should not have wasted the remap earlier. Yeah, it kind of looks like both of them remapped. So I guess we can put the managed prediction over here on one. Oh my God, you guys nailed this. One remap won the day over here. Okay, so this actually means I should have talked about the strategic resources and everything. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna just jump ahead and see what they have really quickly. Okay, so Japan, Eleanor, they're gonna get to fight each other over here through these one-tile chokes. They're gonna get to fight each other. We got England, Russia. They're also gonna get to fight each other. Oh my God, England will have a very good chance of taking down Russia very early on in the game. Not to mention, it looks like Dido will have quite a bit of a struggle over here to fight also England. And then last but not least, we got China to the north of England. He's going to be happily free simming for quite some time over here with a lot of land to the north and to the west. Okay, I mean, that's fine. That it works. It is what it is. Oh my God. Okay. Let's quickly take a look on their strategic resources and let's see. 5-second energy. Good evening, sir. Bro, these are wild spawns. What? Yeah, indeed, wild spawns. Okay, so England will have the benefit of an iron tile and a horse tile to the northwest and west. I do notice he started up with 2 scouts and he's gonna try to figure out what his land looks like. I'm pretty sure he would need to improve his tiles to be just, you know, better. And wait, why is this? Oh my God, they're trying to get a technical remap for Keske. Keske. 1 second. Well, it looks like they unpaused. They figured out this is not a technical. It is what it is. They used their first remap. I think actually Phoenicia over there should have just developed her empire. It is what it is now. They're gonna try to make Russia good, and we're gonna need to see Russia try his best to handle the heat coming up from England. On Khmer, we do have him with a settler coming up in 3. Looks like he's going to benefit from a 2-1 base. So that's an elephant. That's a gypsum, actually. Gypsum tile underneath his capital. He does have an iron tile to the east side and some horses, but they are in the 4th rings. He's going to need to settle for them, and of course he does have quite a few good settles over here between the mountains. Amazing spawn coming up for Khmer. So many ravens, so many chops, so many mountains. This is going to be quite an interesting adventure for him to develop his empire. I do believe he's going to like what he sees. To his west side, we do have Norway coming up, Skarn with that settler in 3 turns. He did acquire the 2 tiles, the 2-2 to the east side and that amber tile to the north. He's getting an extra point of culture, and usually the culture is extremely important at the beginning of your game because it does allow you to acquire tiles without spending gold on them. The extra culture does give you the opportunity to acquire tiles much faster with just your straight up culture. Now we do have the settler coming up in 1 that the strategic resources are kind of missing from his territory. He does have an iron tile to the west side, and I do see a horse or 2 horse tiles to the north over here, but they're gonna need to be settled, and at the beginning of the game, of course, he's not gonna get to acquire them, at least for his allies, not for himself exactly, but for his allies. Pray for Dido to save him. That is Russia's plan. Yeah, I do believe he's gonna try to pray to Dido over here. Choups will need to outmatch her opponent, Victoria. We do have, talking about Choups, we do have with a settler going towards the south over here. Does have a 2-2 base, and I do see a reef tile that she could put a really nice campus on, plus a 3. Also, she's going to get another settler coming up in 7. Does have quite a few of these sheep tiles. I do like this, by the way. They can be improved early on. Usually the players, when they do see so many sheeps, they do try to go for... a builder, and yeah, there we go. They do try to go for a builder, so they get the extra tempo coming out from that extra production. So you get like immediately 3 extra production coming out from those tiles, and you try to get much faster on your settler. Basically, the builder pays for itself in just a few turns. We do have of course, an iron tile to the south of the city of Tyre. The horse tile is going to be 3 tiles out. A bit expensive, but it's fine. And I do have to point out, Choups is the enemy of Khmer. And there are chokes towards her. So she's going to be in a land warfare and a coast warfare. This is not ideal situation. And basically, I think she actually dropped from a lake into a bucket, honestly. Or a lake, from a lake into a well. I think I actually used both of these quite a bit, and the expressions, and you guys understand them pretty easily, right? She dropped from a situation in which it was bad, but it was, you know, it was what it is. But now it's just worse, you know, like it's a lot more problems coming up for her, because she's gonna need to do the land warfare as well as the coast warfare. Ooh, it's gonna be tough. We do need to see also Russia benefit from from a navy. He's gonna try to get that. Oh my god, he actually got the God of the Sea first. Very nice. He acquired God of the Sea as a pantheon. He's gonna get some extra production from these tiles. He does have a good harbor to the north, which does actually make this land to the north viable. He's gonna get at least 4 or 5 tiles that I can see worked, and of course the snow doesn't really give him anything, but it is what it is. He's going to need to put down districts there. I do notice him getting that extra settler coming up in 3, and from what I can see, he does have a horse tile to the south where he's going to settle a settle. It is 3 tiles away, but much closer to his second settle. To the north, we do have Japan with no pantheon yet. A bit unfortunate, this is something that I didn't mention earlier, a bit unfortunate for Japan is the fact that he's going to need to move his second settler coming out of his capital through the second city. Usually that's not an ideal situation, because most of the time the players that do get the settles much faster built are the ones that are going to have a higher tempo. So the players will go for, oh, I'm going to settle left, I'm going to settle right first, you know. They're not going to go, I'm going to settle left and then I'm going to settle left after that second settle, you know, like that's just like too many tiles. You get like another 4 turns of movement to actually settle that third city. In this scenario, he doesn't actually need, he doesn't have any other choice. He's gonna need to move this settler probably to the maze tile over here next to his warrior, and we're gonna see him put it down as soon as possible. Also, good evening, Zenjamax. Hello there, sir. Привет. No campaign for 313 deer tiles. Feel bad though. Yeah, I mean, sure. He's gonna have a little bit of a lack of he's not going to have lack of food because of the fish tiles. It's fine. It's fine. I think he went good on this. So he's getting an extra point of food anyway from improving the fish as a how to say whatever it is. Oh my god, fishing boats, and then he's going to get an extra production point coming up from those improvements. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's actually much better to go for this. A lot more resources like camps. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 in total, and then he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13 tiles that he could improve for that. Redeem green what? Yes, drink water. Thank you, sir. Commander King, it grieves the other team too. Yeah, exactly. Not taking away that taking away the fish pantheon is amazing. Probably just gonna chop the deer for the galleys anyway. Probably, yeah. Oh, right. I just saw Chocolate Hills on Khmer also. Oh my god. And he popped one of these heavy chariots. He's gonna be fine. Doesn't even... Did he pop 2 of them? The gods are with #K. Man, I gotta say, in previous games, K has been extremely unlucky. Man, he did extremely well in the games, and couldn't push the win through. Now, the gods are just saying, the gods of civilization are just saying, you know what, K, this time around, this is your game, bro. Don't mess it up. We are gonna send you some help. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna take care of you. And we're gonna see how you do with the help that we're gonna give you. And of course, now it's K that's gonna be a bit under pressure over here to actually get this win with the big boy Khmer. And try to take out the opponent's empires here, not to mention lead his team to victory. We do have to talk about the next one. We got Victoria coming up with Manchester and Birmingham. Of course, another settler coming up in one. I do see him with an opportunity to go for the south settle over here on the stone tile. He shouldn't go for the north, I gotta say. Shouldn't go for the north. Stone tile, fine. Quite a few tiles over there. It's much faster to go for. And of course, you do see he's gonna settle at 1, 2, 3. It's very, very fast. I do see he's also going to benefit from an iron tile and a horse tile in the second rings of his capital, and he does have quite a few sea resources to improve. Well, he doesn't have the Pantheon again. That's a problem. It is what it is. We're going to need to see how many cities he's going to fit throughout this peninsula, because he is in the south of this, and he's gonna need quite a few cities over here to be successful attacking, defending, whatever he's gonna need to do against Russia and Dido. Dido is not easy to take care of on the coast, by the way, not easy, and especially early game with those bindings, it can do so much damage. No Pantheon yet for England either. We're gonna have to pop in another time on each of these civilizations to see what they have. Ooh, China settled the south. FizzLePoisson did manage to get the Ghanese in production. I do see he got a banana, and he does have city painting gases as a Pantheon. The banana on the Mount Everest does get some extra eels over there. You see the extra 2 faith, and from what I noticed, he's also going to have quite a few cities to the north. Going to settle that cotton tile, which is going to give him an extra amenity for his empire's happiness. That's going to be quite nice. And from what I can see, I'm pretty sure we're going to see him develop his cities over here on the coast. Try to be as successful as possible. One extra bit of information over here. This map doesn't go around. This map, it's what you see is what you get. It doesn't actually move around from the east to the west. You see, there's a line. It ends over here. This is where you drop off the map. Like you send your boats and they're like, they're not gonna go anywhere. It doesn't go around. And this is, I guess, a bit of a challenge of this map. We're going to need to see how the players will move around through the middle of the map and try to go towards the other side. Most of the time on these maps, on the tilted axis type map, we do have open connections from one side to the other, or you can settle and make your own connections. That's basically what it goes for. On China, I do see we do have an iron tile to the south of Beijing. Does have a horse tile between Beijing and Xi'an. That's going to be nice. And of course, both of those strategic resources probably at the beginning are not going to be used that much, but it is what it is. FizzLePoisson here will have a mission. And that mission is England. That you see how fast he's getting these boats out. He's gonna try to figure out what's going on around him. We'll probably take down the city of Akkad at some point, and the second he's gonna find out about Birmingham to the south, he's gonna be like, oh, that's my city, bro, that's my city. And of course, we're gonna need to see how Gwernaroth is gonna manage to fare against 3 enemy civilizations. The tables have turned, right? We did have last time Dido against 3 civilizations. Now it's actually England, Gwernaroth against 3 civilizations. Kind of tricky. It is kind of tricky. Okay, really quickly, I want to put the team labels on the screen so we get to know which is which. On the left side, we do have O dela, okay, O de ADDLL, I guess, ADDL. I'm gonna call it ADDL. And then on the other side, we got CPS, Chacun Pour Soi, that's CPS. Everybody for themselves or everybody for himself actually, versus ADL, which is dela beyond Irel. Okay, I think we need to also put up the prediction now that we've seen all of the spawns. We do get to know what's going on here. Who will win will be the question. And on one side, dela and on the other side, Chacun Pour Soi. Okay, with you gotta put that French accent in, you know, like Chacun Pour Soi. Okay. I actually watched with my mother a French movie. I don't know how it's called. Honestly, I don't know what it's called. It was on one of the like TV channels, and it was about a woman that wanted a farm and gave up Paris to go and get a farm very up in the mountains, and got to buy a farm from an old man and made it amazing. She only had goats, and she had like a lot of land over there. Made it amazing. Of course, actually, it's a lot more complicated than I just said, but it is a movie after all. Seeing Russia with the lowest faith in the game is just wrong. Yeah, Dothraki, good evening, sir. It does feel like he's gonna have a challenge, but he's forced to go harbors, and he's forced to go all in this Navy game, right? He's gonna have 4 cities. I'm actually surprised he's not gonna go for his 4th one. Still had quite a few city sources that he could improve, and even if he was on the snow over there, I don't think that's that big of an issue, especially with his city sources. But anyway, let's talk about the pantheons here. We got God of War and Plunder coming up for England. That's Eleanor, England. He's gonna try to get his Royal Navy dockyards built really quickly, and we do have a war declaration. Oh, there we go. Gwernaroth is gonna try to keep the Russian Navy out of his territory. And they do want to know where the minus loyalty begins. Petra game for Eleanor, it might be. Over here, he can go for Petra. This would actually be quite nice. We do have Khmer going for river goddess. He's gonna get that extra amenity and food coming up from and housing, by the way, from the rivers. And from what I can see, he's getting more settlers here. Immediately gonna settle that Chocolate Hills. He's gonna get the 331 tiles to work, some extra science, some extra production, extra food. Very, very nice, amazing. Actually, he's gonna get a very good holy site, and this is gonna be quite a surprise over here. Is he gonna try to get the holy site next to Chocolate Hills, or is he gonna try to get it next to the river? This is what I'm wondering right now. The next settler, we're probably gonna go towards the south over here between the mountains. He can get some closer proximity to Phoenicia, which will allow him to apply an attack at some point, especially since he is gonna go towards towards the monumentality, and I do believe he has quite a few chances for him to develop very well his attack plan, not to mention maybe get some builders, chop some units when he's gonna get to his classical unit. Okay, this is the moment. We got Khmer over here, Angkor Wat. I do see him putting it down on Chocolate Hills, and we do have a few more seconds to go until he's gonna figure out where he wants to put that holy site. Remember, you do get 2 extra points of adjacency when you put it next to a wonder for each wonder tile. For each wonder tile adjacent, you get plus 2 points. So 2 wonder tiles is gonna be 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, and so on and so forth. Okay, there we go. We got our answer. So he favored the extra amenity and the extra housing he's gonna get from the river adjacency, instead of favoring the faith coming up from the adjacent wonder tiles, which is good. I don't get me wrong. I don't think it's bad. We do have also Nidaros with religious settlements. Skarn is going to try to get as many units out as possible. Still has that ability to connect his empire towards the south with the eastern side. And of course, you do see that Phoenicia is going to try to scout out what's going on over there. I do believe Phoenicia is also going to need to be, pushed out of Sketsmos territory as soon as possible, even though we do have a few Viking longships coming out from that city. I don't think Skarn over here is going to have an easy time deleting that scout with Viking longships. They just don't get to attack land units, you know, like they just stay, look at each other, and that's about it. Maybe throw some rocks from one side to the other, but that's about it. And we do have those holy sites coming out from multiple cities of Norway. He's going to try to get his monumentality also. And you do see Skarn on 9 science and 5 culture, coming up with 8 faith a turn. A bit low, but he's still getting moksha in. He still needs to build up his shrines count and so on and so forth. Anyway, he's going to try immediately to scout a little bit his land. And I do believe he can take the city of Johannesburg, make it his own. It's still a free city, but unfortunately for him, that city already built a galley, and it's going to be a much harder endeavor to take over that city. It is what it is. He's still going to need to put those Viking longships to work since he built them. Now we do have Dido going for God of Open Sky. I like this. I didn't want to go ahead of myself, but with so many pastures and of course no god of the sea and no god of war and plunder, Dido can make good use out of that extra culture, especially getting faster to that mercenary civic. We're gonna need to see Choups over here try to get as many boats as possible and as big as a navy to fight the English navy. Right next to her we do have Russia with God of the Sea, still on 3 cities. A bit surprising. I still am hoping he's going to settle that 4th. We got Japan to the north with fertility rights. He's going to get a bit an extra production, a bit of extra food coming up from these wheat tiles. Quite surprising because yes, you're going to get a free builder. Yes, you're going to get some extra food coming up from the wheat, from the rice, from the maize, but that's just, it doesn't feel like that's enough. Anyway, maybe City Patreon would have been nice. Did somebody take City Patreon, goddess? Or maybe this? Oh yeah, okay, there we go. China took it. Okay, China over here with 3 cities already got his traders going between his city centers. I see the harbors coming out of 3 of his cities, and I did notice he's putting a little bit of pressure on Gwernaroth to the south. Now that Gwernaroth got his boats out, I don't think it's that big of an issue. He plugged the chokes fast enough, so no enemy boat can actually pass through easily into his territory. He still has 2 cities to settle to the south of Manchester. I see him with an available option to settle more cities to the north. Not an easy way for China to go to come against him on land, especially with these mountain chokes. So I think he is safe over here to go for 6, 7, 8 maybe cities and go against somebody into war. We'll see. Also, let's see. We got. Can you check vision for both teams? What they have found? Yes, sir. Let's see. So we got. England managing to scout Beijing and Xi'an. I do see they don't know. He doesn't know yet about Russia, but I'm pretty sure he knows about the loyalty. The minus loyalty is gonna show up over here for England. You can see the minus 20s. England is gonna figure out really quickly where Russia is. Not gonna see his cities, not gonna see his city count, but he can get that information from the Great People screen. You can look at the portraits or the icons, and you can see how many cities somebody has. For example, on Russia, you can see St. Petersburg, Kazan, and Novgorod in the list over here. Just go really quickly and check it out. This is a good way to check safety settles as well, right? You can figure out if somebody got a safety settle out from that. Other vision, let's see, FizzLePoisson. Much better scouting coming out from CPS, I gotta say. They scouted a lot more. And I see over here they did find England. Okay, that's with the warrior of Choups. She just kept on going after finding out Khmer and figured out where Chemikus is. Of course, Chemikus is going to have an option to come towards the south over here and might entertain this war from the north. I'm actually curious because Chemikus doesn't seem like he's going to be one of those warlike players, and we talked with him quite a bit. He was conflicted when it came to the option between going a culture or a war. He wasn't that convinced the war would give him the win, and in that particular case it didn't, but I don't think the culture would have given him a win either in a good amount of time. So it was kind of a back and forth. Maybe they should have put a bit more pressure faster on their opponents to get that win there. Would it be too greedy to reverse settle as Khmer and put pressure next to Choco Hills? Oh wait, what? To get us Khmer and then put preserve. Yeah. They changed preserves And there's a problem right now with preserves because they used to not count towards district discounts, and not counting towards district discounts means now they count, right? So if you're trying to go for a discount build, like three districts of something, three districts of something else, and so on, and try as much as possible to commit to not discovering those other districts in the meantime, it's kind of a hard one to go for if you want to put preserves down, because it just messes up. It's just like encampments. It's basically, I can compare it to encampments. It's very hard to go and create a build with district discounts that actually has preserves without you going for something else. And I believe in this scenario, I don't think Hashk has that option to go for preserves here. I would have loved to see somebody like Bulmus, which is usually more prone to going towards preserves. It does get a lot more benefits coming out from each of the tiles. That makes it worth, but I don't think Khmer can do it. Okay, let's check out really quickly the city states, because we do have 3 more turns into the classic to go into the classical era, and of course we do have quite a few city states over here revealing on the map. And we got Granada, Valletta, Kat, Kabul, Preslav, and Lahore coming out for the players. Oh my God, that's a lot of city states. Yes, it would require too much tech. Yes, basically DLC. Also, good evening, sir. By the way, welcome. We got Geneva, Tarouga, and Fez coming up for science bonuses. I do see Cardiff, Johannesburg, and Hong Kong coming up from industry. And immediately I see no culture city state, no gold city state, no faith city state. Oh my God, what is this? 1, 2, 3 3 types of city states here. This is just not. How to say, not a lot of diversity over here. What is happening with the map generator? Ding 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 ding. Hello, come back. Oh, ding 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 ding. Oh my God. Well, we'll see. I do have to also point out we're going to need to check out their religions. Angkor Thom with Moksha coming up in 5. I do see Hanging Gardens also getting built. He shouldn't be that far away from recruiting a great prophet. Norway is 2 turns away. I see Khmer also 2 turns away. Okay, they're going to recruit at the same time. They're going to need to coordinate to not get the same one. When last time someone played Bulmus on your stream, no faith or culture city states, this whole game is just... Yes. Wait, you're asking me when is the last time? That's what you're saying, Trojan Commander King, by the way. Also, good evening, Trojan man. Hello there, sir. The CSs want war. Yes, to war, everybody, to war. We're getting there. Okay, Armed City State got taken down. Who this? Oh, Phoenicia, very aggressive. Naughty, very aggressive. I see, I do see Skarn did notice what's going on here. Phoenicia did take down the city of Granada, and she's gonna get 4 cities now to work with. Of course, she can put another one towards Norway. Wouldn't really recommend it, but she can. While Norway is working on the city of Johannesburg, you can see he's gonna have a few issues over here breaching that defense. And since Johannesburg got a galley inside of the city center, the city's defense has got boosted up to 33. That's not an easy city to take care of. Of course, I would have expected Norway here to get his holy sites built with shrines. Usually that is the way to go, especially at the beginning of the game, so you generate a lot of faith coming into the next era. You can buy quite a few builders, get a few settlers, and manage to be successful on your monumentality. Well, this time it looks like we're gonna have to wait and see how he's gonna do it over here. How is he gonna do his development of the empire? I do like the fact that he went another 2 settlers, and we're going to need to see what he's going to do with the Viking longships. I think he just wants to guarantee the takeover of Johannesburg. That's going to put him on 6 cities, and he has so many other cities to settle to the north over here without an issue. Okay, so Golden Age just started. I do have to quickly point out the hotspots on the map. We got this hotspot over here. We might see some Khmer Dom Ray timing coming up over here from Vimayapura to the south. Can attack Phoenicia with horses, with knights, with Dom Rays. We got another hotspot on the map, this one. You can see already the boats have started to gather on both sides. We got the galleys in the water from Keske and the Gwernaroth. Both of them are starting to spark over here some action. Then on the east side, we do have England against China. So England is going to have two of these enemies over here. One west, one east. What needs to happen is somebody needs, well, Exvupur over here will need to do something against England, against Eleanor. Chemikus with Eleanor is going to have a bit of an issue developing his empire. I do see Japan did find him out and they have started fighting. We're going to see if he does manage to plug the choke and help out his other allies, or he's going to leave them alone to do whatever they want. Khmer can easily plug that choke and stop any coming in attack from Dido. Yes, but I think he should actually push into Dido. I think it's the other way around. I think actually Phoenicia should be afraid of Khmer and not the other way around, right? Okay, let's quickly take a look at their Golden Age options. We got HK with the Monumentality Golden Age, 13 science with 10 culture. I do see him also on 1 gold a turn, 1 teeny weeny gold per turn. We got Skarn with 12 and 12. He's in the Monumentality Golden Age, 19 science a turn, not that good. I think they just popped those great prophets and one got activated. Khmer's got activated. We got Chemikus with a pen brush and voice Golden Age on still 3 cities England. Eleanor, he's gonna need to build a lot more. Oh, 4 cities actually, 4 cities. He's gonna get another one towards the west over, or I hope he's gonna go towards the west, over here somewhere. And I think he can actually keep on settling. Has an ability to settle the south if he wants to also. 10 and 17 is going to be good. Also 24 gold per 10 with 40 production is also going to be amazing. Going to get more lighthouses. Going to go for Magnus internals in the city of London. I do see Magnus established. Going for Moksha in Liverpool. I do see also right side Keske. We got him 18 science, 14 culture, 35 gold a ton. Look how Russia is making that gold, man. It's pumping. We got Government Plaza coming up in 2. He did manage to realize he's gonna need to get another settler there to the north and is gonna put it down really quickly. With Moksha established in the capital, he's gonna have a bit of a lack of production here. I do have to point out he would have been much better going for internal trade routes. But it is what it is. We do have FizzLePoisson with Free Inquiry Golden Age. China is going to try to get his extra science coming up from his harbors. And I do see him benefiting from quite a few good ones while he's going to get some campuses. A bit problematic to get the culture in this scenario. He went for Moksha first, getting himself that extra culture per population, not to mention the 25%. And I do see Audience Chamber coming out from his capital for a bigger city. FizzLePoisson will need to get a theater square if he wants to get a decent amount of culture to get that very nice and juicy mercenary. We got Choups with 9 science and 27 culture. She is going to be on 4 cities. I do see lighthouses coming off from multiples of them. And by the looks of it, she can settle another city between here and to the west of Granada, another at least 2 cities, not to mention a few inlands. But this is going to be a bit tricky to defend, not to mention, of course, expand over here. Usually this is not the Dido way. The Dido way is to expand, expand, expand. This is not going to be easy for her to expand. Anyway, she does have an island to the south of Russia where she definitely can get at least 2 cities there and develop more over there. Actually, it might be a good idea to do so. We got also Exvupur on Free Inquiry Golden Age, going for Japan in the north. 3 cities with not that big harbors. I gotta say, this is gonna be a +3, possible +5 there. We got another +3, +4 actually over here from Nagoya. 1 from the 3 from the capital with main city and 1 from the resource. Fukuoka is also gonna get +3, and I do see he pre-placed one of those campuses, which is gonna be a +4 between the 3 mountains and of course the city center. 20 science already, 10 culture. I am very, very, very concerned about his ability to get a lot of culture, especially for that mercenary timing. What I do see, he's gonna have Paititi to the south, and does he know about this? Wait, does he know? Oh, yeah, he does know about this. So, okay, he's fine, Chaos Knight, Magnus internal for Dido. Yes, indeed, Magnus internal for Dido. She's using as much as possible those traders to increase her food availability and the production for each of the cities. I do like this, by the way. I do like this, and of course she's getting the gold from her straight up Cothons over here. Okay, so possible actions. We do need to see how Gwernaroth is gonna try to get his development. I see he is right now going for his second expansion phase, getting those settlers out from his cities. He is gonna need to get faster than Russia to cannibals and try to get as fast as possible to mercenaries. If not, he's gonna need to rely on his allies to get him the gold. That is gonna be tricky because Skarn and Hashke are not really well known for getting a lot of gold fast. When it comes to their civilizations being played here, not them as players. As in Khmer over here will probably need to get campuses going, theater squares going, a lot of holy sites, quite a few wonders, and its all gameplay is not going to be focused on any kind of gold generation. While Norway is gonna get some gold when he's gonna start putting down his harbors. It's just the beginning of the game. Is not gold focused because he's much more gonna be focused on getting his holy sites and getting his faith generation, so he has a strong monumentality, so he can actually put up the bonuses into his expanding empire. So the gold generation starts up at around maybe turn 45, 50. It's very delayed, and of course that might not be enough to acquire enough gold for him to give to England to get those cannibals. So we might actually see England in quite a pickle over here. Gwernaroth with barely 17 science and 10 culture is struggling to get more stats out next to three amazing opponents. Khmer decided to answer to all problems. Is production all of it? Oh wait, did he go for I think he went for the religion, right? Let's see, he went Shinto, he went work ethic with a tithe, so at least he's gonna get some gold because of tithe. He just needs a lot more cities, and not to mention the extra production he's gonna have coming out from his shrines and temples. That's 2 from the shrine, 4 from each temple. We do have him putting down more settlers in training, and I do see him getting his shrines up, getting a government plaza for Angkor Thom. He did finish hanging gardens for that extra housing, the extra growth in his cities, and of course his cities are gonna grow quite big. We do also have Skarn with a religion. He went for Pataper. Wait, this is what is this Pataper? No. Type? No. This does no type. Wait, that's what it means. No type. No, this is something else. This is something like you guys please chat, help me out. What is pataper mean? Whoa!
Hi there. Just came to send my prime. Have a great one, Michael. Cheers from Turkey.
Giant Floyd, thank you so much for your prime. Much appreciated, sir. Oh my god, 8 months. Much appreciated, sir. Welcome. We got...
Don't hurt me.
No plans in that sense. And thank you so much, Zora. Much appreciated. Never will, never do. I do want to point out, I don't know what this means. Pataper. Is this what it means? Wait a second. Please, any Frenchies in the house? Oh, I see. Don't hurt me. Okay, that's what it means. Wait. Don Hamster is telling me that taper means loser in Norwegian, so that would be a good joke. Might be the same in French. So it's no loser. I mean, yeah, you know, pas in French means no. So basically, or the negative, not really no per se, but it's like the negative. So he's not losing, you know. It is what it is, you know. He's not losing, he's winning then. And see, pataper is don't hurt me. Okay. It's something like don't poke me or something. Okay. The mysteries of language. I know, right? Taper means smash. Don't. So it's not don't. I see how it is. It's basically don't hit me. Okay, I see. You know what? I'm gonna have some fun here, and I'm gonna ask my French teacher if she actually knows about this. I'm writing chat. You know, everybody has a different meaning about this, right? Anyway, let's see how the empire develops over here. I do see Hashke is going to chop as fast as possible his oracle. He has 5 turns to go and quite a few chops to use. I do also notice he is using magnets in the city of Indrapura for those chops, and I do also notice he's gonna have very good holy sites, so theater squares. The +4 next to Angkor Thom. There we go. He just placed it. The +3 +2 over here to the north. I do also need to see. Oh my God! Look at that! Another one. Like, wait, what? My French teacher is saying that it means do not scream. You're like, what? Wait, what? No! Oh my God! So it's not don't scream me, don't hurt me, don't smash me. Which one is it? Oh my God! The mysteries of the French language is baffling. Is she right though? Can it mean actually? Can it mean this? Can it mean don't scream? Anyway, well, let's see over here on Phoenicia. We do have another set of builders coming out. Oh my God, man. You see how it is when you're not French, I would say, native? Oh man, it is what it is. Finally, Johannesburg goes down. Skarn did manage to take it over, push his Viking longships through that city, and now he's gonna get the harbor done. I do see he's gonna also need to improve his tiles over here and get going. Okay, we do have a cat also going down. I do see 2 more cities got settled here from Japan to the south, and I don't know where the cat was. Oh, a cat was next to China. Okay, China did manage to get a cat, pillaged its harbor. It's gonna get Patapen is like a child saying when he does not want to be hit. I see. Okay. She's saying that my French teacher is saying that during the classes, the French people that she had in the class were saying this to the teachers that were screaming in while speaking French, and they were like responding, "Pataper, pataper," don't hit me. Anyway, we do have harbor shipping projects coming out from I see Beijing. Everybody's gonna try to get those admirals, and we do have quite a bit of a challenge over here to get through these ones. And you can see there's a big race coming up. Japan is going to need 5 more points to get this one. Russia is also going to need to get around 16. I do see England needs at least one more project, and he is on 10 great animal points a turn, while the other England, Victoria, is only on 3. This is a massive problem coming up for Gwernaroth. He needs somehow to get this animal going, otherwise he will probably lose his series. Fighting against 2 opponents with animals is just not going to be viable for him. Let me actually screenshot this. Okay, now we do have quite a few pre-builds coming up from both sides. I do like that Russia did manage to get the galley one, Gaius Dulius, and the fleet one, and he's going for that audience chamber coming up from St. Petersburg in 1. I also noticed Gwernaroth did manage to get his boats coming up from his Royal Navy dockyards. Is going to get a few more cities here. The one settled to the south, Newcastle upon Tyne, is going to have quite a few nice times to work after he's going to get those going, and he's building as fast as possible his harbors. Still doesn't get enough points of animals to get here. To get that animal, the next animal. The problem is if they go through these ones, and there are only 3 of them in this medieval Renaissance era, the next ones are going to be quite expensive, and this is probably going to be a challenge for England to go through. Yes, Gwernaroth is still going to have an advantage with the boat count, I believe, and he should get enough gold from his teammates. I'm not so certain, actually, there is going to be a difference when it comes to his boats being upgraded, mostly because you can see over here on the CPS side, we do have 45, 42, 23, and 36. That is going to be quite something. And also, yes, they can deny the animals. This is extremely important, and we've seen a lot of the times this makes so much of a difference during the games. If a team manages to deny their opponent's ability to get those animals or the generals, it can make or break their game. I do like the fact that Exvupur did choose to go for shipbuilding quite early. He did manage to get those settlers across the waterway. I'm a bit sad we don't see him settling Paititi faster. I believe that would have been quite an interesting choice over here to go for, but it doesn't look like we're going to need to wait for that to happen. Also, he finished his second expansion phase with only 2 cities. I was hoping for him to have at least 7 over here that he could work. Of course, he's still going to need more gold. He's going to need more population. He's going for the chamber. He's working those internal trade routes with Magnus. He's trying to be to build as tall as possible as an empire. I do also notice we got over here 2 nations coming up with 39 science, Chemikus with 39 science, 32 culture. I do also see on the other side FizzLePoisson on 39 science and 22 culture. They're gonna get to clash here at some point. Of course, first it's going to be China going against England, and then we're going to see Eleanor maybe go against Japan. I don't think it's going to be an easy way to go against Japan, especially with Exvupur on 28 science and 15 culture. It feels like he's not going to go that fast on getting his that slow to getting his caravels. So the difference between caravels technology cartography might be like 2 or 3 times between them. That's exactly the time that England needs to get to Japanese borders, and then they're just gonna watch each other, and it's gonna be, you know, what it is. We do have over here also Norway coming up with a settler in 2. Looks like Stavanger is gonna get 1 with how to say more shrines. He did buy a trader in Johannesburg, and I do see him at the moment not actually going for the strategy I was pointing out. It would be amazing to see him try to pour a lot of boats through the south over here and go against Phoenicia. If he does manage to go through this, he's gonna catch Phoenicia off guard, and you can see at the moment Choups is not actually building a navy. What she's trying to do is build up an economy so she can give that gold towards Russia. A bit surprising that she's using the economy with internals, but it is what it is. She's still producing 22 gold a turn. I do see she does have 60 points of production with 62 points of food, so she's gonna get quite tall over there in the empire. A good southern settled by Eleanor could open up trade with either Norway or Khmer, and thus all the gold they need. Yes, yes, yes. That is quite an issue over here. I don't see him getting that, but I do see him getting a lot of galleys. I think he's right now clicking that cartography button, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna get like 30 galleys over here in the water, and Japan beware. He could also just try to plug the chokes towards the Japan over here to the north, just like Japan is trying to do. Like just put 3 galleys over here, 3 caravels over here, and another 3 galleys over here, and then boom, go towards Phoenicia from the north, come against Russia. Paititi would be kind rough since no fresh water until aqueducts. Yeah, I guess so. But wait, no. You can, like, you don't need to settle on Paititi per se. You can just get a settle over here, for example, next to the deer tile, and work these tiles, and then get a settle over here and work these tiles. That's why I was expecting maybe another 2 settles to go for this. I guess at the same time, I do understand there isn't that much. I would say to get yields, right? He's just gonna get a few points of culture, but maybe those few points of culture would get him to mercenaries much faster, since he is in a free inquiry golden age, right? He's getting the science, not the culture coming out from his harbors. Okay, I do need to see also Khmer coming up with Oracle from Indrapura. He's still gonna need at least 2 more turns for the next population, and from what I can see, he's also gonna need to get another theater square. I believe the theater square, he's gonna put it over here somewhere on the 2-1 tile, and oh my god, I just say that, and he's putting an entertainment complex. Oh, Colosseum coming out from Big Hash K. I gotta say, at this point, I'm actually thinking there are extremely low chances of him going to war on land. Like maybe later, maybe in like 40 turns from now, but at the moment he's so fixated on getting all of the points for Colosseum, for Oracle, for those culture points, for everything, that he's gonna totally ignore the fact that he's gonna need a little bit of science to go for the next era. Wait, game paused. Oh no. Okay, I mean, okay, sure. Now this is a good moment to open up the big one. Yay. Hello, my little one. Yes, crepe time. No, crepe time. This is I would say this is my after I would say after work treat. You know, have you guys tried this, by the way, and getting treats for yourself after you work? He has that potential connection city which is full desert. Yeah, exactly. He does. You're talking about Eleanor over here, or you're talking about Khmer, or whoa. This one. Oh, Norway, Norway. Oh, this one. Yes, this one. Oh, I would love to see this. I do notice he's getting a settler here, but it's gonna be inland. He's gonna try to go for here. No, don't put it here, bro. You gotta. Oh my God, you gotta go here. You gotta like full in the mountains, get those coconuts, get the bananas. Can you imagine living in that city? Can you imagine living in that city? Vicky in trouble? Yes, Bex. Also, boa tarde. How are you doing, man? The movie I talked about, was it Une Hirondelle a fait la printemps? Let me see. Let me actually take a look over here. Yes, exactly. This one? Wait. Yes, exactly. This movie. This movie. Exactly. This one I saw. BLC, thank you so much for the follow, sir. Welcome. The It was actually a good movie. It was, yeah, it was good. It was nice. It was funny. The old man played very well, and she did also play very well. Oh, I liked it. I liked it. Thank you, sir. I do hope we're gonna see over here Gwernaroth try to get those animal points, because at the moment, oh, all of the animals got snatched, and he's gonna need to go through 300 points. He barely has 4 great animal points a turn. Doesn't have lighthouses in most of his cities. Didn't have time to build them. Did prioritize to get as many cities out as possible. He is gonna try to go for a lot of boats to defend this. Now, there is a possibility for him to get some help from Chemikus, but it is kind of far away and it's kind of tricky. He's gonna need to get his own boats. Either way, he's gonna need to get his own boats. I do also notice we got Keske 5 turns away from getting cartography. Chemikus is barely 2. Oh my God, this is not gonna happen. FizzLePoisson 4 turns. We got Keske 5 turns. We got Exvupur 6 turns cartography. And then Gwernaroth here is barely buttress 6. Wait, what did he take instead of? The old man is one of the greatest French actors ever. Okay, yeah. How many languages do you know or trying to know? Well, I know Romanian, I know English. I'm learning French, but I have a long way to go. And I do know in quite a few languages the greetings. Like I know greetings in German, in Portuguese, in how to say, in Russian, in Mandarin, but not like I need a lot more practice, and especially on French. It's gonna be quite something. It's gonna be a challenge for me to come to the next land when it's gonna be on February, and actually try out to have a conversation, like an easy one, not a big one, just an easy conversation with somebody, and try to put what I learned into practice. Even now, I really struggle to get words out, connect them in proper sentences, but I do slowly start to acquire a lot more words, and it's much easier for me to translate, if that makes sense. And it's good, it's improving, and I do get even if I don't get all of the words translated, I do kind of get the gist of what's going on, of what's getting talked, and which is amazing. We're getting there. We do have, by the looks of it, a big problem here. I think I talked about it, but Russia. Let's check out this. Let's check this out. It's all about the gold now, and I do see them making more than enough gold for them to get a lot of caravels out. Even if he doesn't get a mercenary, which he's not gonna get a mercenary, he barely got the civil service, and he's on like 20 culture a turn. He's gonna need to upgrade all of these boats with straight up gold. We got 500 gold on Keske, 500 gold on FizzLePoisson, Choups is 160, and Exvupur is 268. I believe before the next turn they can at least upgrade around 8 boats. That's going to be like what, 1400, 1500 gold, and that's going to be enough gold already in their bank to fund that upgrade. If they do manage to upgrade 8 caravels, they will probably take over the English capital. At the moment, England does have quite a few pre-builds, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, but he's going to need to split them up through 2 of these choke points, and they're on either side of this peninsula. Not an easy way for him to balance out or the supply chain, his how to say, his flanks, and we do need to see if he's gonna manage to upgrade a lot of boats. No, he's not even gonna get to build them. Oh my god, he doesn't know. Keske didn't want to flinch. He just clicked the button, cartography, and went for it. I guess Gwernaroth is gonna get the boost for how to say, for buttress, right? He didn't build a classical wonder. We do have Chemikus over here discovering it, and he's gonna give him the boost. I don't think he also built a wonder. I guess he did get the boost, or Khmer should have given him the boost. Hashke over here with quite a few wonders. He's gonna get his holy sites. Oh my god, is it gonna happen again? Are they gonna fight 3 versus 1, chat? Sorry, 3 versus 4. Is this gonna happen? There's no way out for England. If Gwernaroth is gonna, if he's gonna get attacked, there's no way out for him. You can see there are like boats trying to figure out if there's any settler coming about. He's gonna try to take away that option of moving out. Oh my god, this is unbelievable. I can only feel the pain on Hashke at the moment. CPS looks to be ahead, aren't they? Yes, they do seem to be way ahead, and they're saving money. They are definitely saving money. They already went past 1600 gold, while on the other team we don't have 1600 gold. We barely have like 500 gold, and this is gonna be massively important when it comes to their cartography ability to upgrade those boats. It's just not gonna be there. Like they have 6 boats to upgrade. They only have money for 3 of them, and that's it. Remember, if you upgrade without mercenary, it's 180 gold. If you upgrade with mercenary, 90 gold. This makes sense to upgrade with mercenaries, right? This looks like it might actually go quite fast here. We do have on the west side, of course, and now Norway started up to wait. Where is his? Did he not finish audience chamber? Oh my god, he not finished audience chamber. No, bro. Now he's gonna get it in 3 turns. This is too late. Like, he only has 1 single harbor, and that's not finished. That's pillaged. There's just no gold. 24 gold a turn. This is a massively important game coming out by CPS, by the way. Chacun Pour Soi doing amazingly well over here, and it does look like they're putting quite a challenge for dela de Rirel. We're going to need to see if Chemikus over here will manage to rise up to the challenge. He does have also Hashke with a proper culture victory possibility. Hashke is going to go for Colosseum, but by the time he gets Colosseum, he might lose England. That is the problem, right? We got 2 turns for cartography. Chemikus is going to be 3 turns for cartography. Gwernaroth on 7, and we do see that England is still spending that. Oh my god, they're spending money. Money. Did he just get a builder? Money. Oh my god, I just remembered of the famous Pink Floyd Money, if you guys know the song. Oh my god, in my head, and like I hear only dings and pings over here. I thought ADL had a much better starting position, but it feels like they're just dropping the ball on it a bit. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know how they're dropping the ball, honestly, in this scenario. This is the moment that England will need to get a lot of boats out. This is the moment that they're also going to need to realize cartography is going to be what gets him. And I do have to point out, not having an economy on Norway and Khmer is just going to put too much pressure on them. Like, what are they going to do when they need to upgrade Eleanor and Victoria? Eleanor is just, okay, she's going to be first on cartography, but doesn't actually have a need for a navy other than maybe poking around the choke points. That's about it. Like, he cannot affect the war immediately, but if England is gonna be 100% pressured by his opponents if he doesn't have the pre-builds to go for this. Yes, he's gonna get a few builders out, which is amazing. He can actually chop quite a few boats out, and of course, oh my god, Chemikus is putting off discovering cartography, which is not gonna give oh wait, Gwernaroth has the boost, right? He already has the boost. Yeah, 2 harbors. Okay, never mind, it's fine. He has quite a few harbors, it's fine. But 7 turns out cartography, oh man, that is just a problem. Big problem. Big problem. He's chopping maize, boys. He's chopping maize. He's trying to get as big as possible with the maize. Maybe chopping crabs also for the gold. Is that gonna be a thing? Let's see how much gold he's gonna get from this maize time. Next time, we'll see. Well, it is what it is. Now we do have, of course, Keske over here with the admirals, and this is another problem that England will have. England doesn't have an admiral, and we've seen multiple times this happen. The extra +5 that you get on your boats can give you a big advantage. I don't know who actually got Rahendra Kola, and this is what I'm searching for here. Rahendra Kola got recruited by, okay, Eleanor. It's fine. Chemikus is going to have the extra +3 on his boats, and he does have another navigator. Okay, so he doesn't have the next one. I do see also him going for a few theater squares, getting his scouts out. I think he's worried about a possible attack coming out from Japan. Japan is pre-building quite a few boats of his own, and he can pour through the north and go against England. I don't think he's actually going to do that. There is a possibility. It's not a big one, mostly because they need to fund the war between England and China and Russia. You can see China already upgrading his caravels in the north, and now we're going to see how much that gold matters. China with 46 science and 26 culture didn't manage to get to his cartography, and did manage to upgrade 4 caravels over here, which will almost one-shot the English boats. You can see that 64 strength is allowing them to smash through the galleys defenses relatively fast, and we do have more boats coming out from England, but still not enough to withstand and get upgrades on. Chemikus is going to finish cartography. He's going to finish mercenaries in 2. Another point that I have to make is he might actually go for the scouts so he can get his boost for mercenary. Is that what's happening over here? He wants the boost. Anyway, we'll see. Hashke, apprenticeship 1 turn, civil service in 2. He's gonna need to get that Colosseum coming up in 3 here from Indrapura. He chopped the last remaining tiles of that city center and switched Magnus towards the southwest, where he does have a horse. We're very close to the medieval era, 9 turns out, and it does look like this is gonna be an attack, a very swift attack. Turn 48 caravels coming up from China, and not to mention we have Keske over here getting his own caravels. Did upgrade his caravel fleet instantly, and this is going to make quite a bit of a splash over here on the English Navy. And we do have him with so many pre-builds: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17 pre-builds available for his upgrades. Not to mention he is going to get the ability of Leif Erikson to get that extra +5 and the extra movement on his boats. Maybe it is an idea to move that a little bit backwards so he can give the caravels that extra movement they need to go against the English Navy really quickly. You know what would be funny? If he just totally ignores the galleys and goes around them, like, you know, over here, and then bam, Manchester, boom, can take the capital. What you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do? I do see Russia also put in the water a few of these scouts and units. His warrior and his scouts are going to be there for a little bit of extra support bonus. Not a lot of it. It's not going to be that impactful, but it is going to give something. And of course, we just got Chemikus to his cartography. Oh my god. Okay. The gold. What is the gold situation? 28, 58, 23, 18. Not enough. That's just not enough. Chemikus has the option to wait for mercenaries. I think he actually did get mercenaries. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna upgrade with 90 pop, while Gwernaroth is probably never gonna get to mercenaries. 4 turns away from cartography. He is gonna get pressured over here by Keske. And China from the east side. Already those Chinese units are very, very close to smashing through the galleys of England. And you do see immediately Gwernaroth is going to try to get some ancient walls coming out. He did notice China's galley is in deep water, where you can only go if you do have cartography. So that means the Chinese cities, yeah, there we go. He just scouted and he saw them. He saw FizzLePoisson's cartography. The gig is up. We do have them moving in. Gwernaroth is gonna get attacked over here, and this is a moment they have to decide: do they want to keep on going, or do they want to give up this game? I feel extremely bad for the Seymours over here. Khmer was doing his best to be as relevant as he can for the late game. The problem is going as fast as possible for this kind of strategy just didn't give him enough gold to give to his allies. Even if England would have had 20 more pre-builds, he never would have had the gold to upgrade them all. And he was relying as much as possible on his allies here. The fact that they spent that remap token at the beginning of the game did switch around the spawns so much that Norway got so far from his opponents. Never actually got... oh no. Why? Remember I said here this would have been a nice and easy way for him to attack Phoenicia? Why is he closing that? Okay, so they're chopping copper, they're chopping everything for the gold here. They have another May style that they can chop. Okay, it is what it is. So okay, there we go. The navy on the east side got totally overwhelmed. We do have 3 of those caravels taken down. Sorry, 3 of those galleys taken down. The cities are at 20 strength, so that's going to be easy to punch through. It does look like FizzLePoisson does have a few promotions on his caravels as well. And looking at the west side over here, we do have more gold put into Russia to upgrade his own boats. We don't have English Navy started up. He still is 2 turns away from cartography, and of course he's going to need all of the gold. I did hear some popping of units, and that is England upgrading his boats to try to go against Japan. Japan did manage to get 49 science and 25 culture with 111 gold in the bank. He does have a caravel to put in the choke point, and if he does manage to get a caravel there, that attack is over. Maybe 2 caravels would actually be nice. It's just a 1-tile choke, and that's never going to be punched through. You can see the damage difference between the caravels attacking into his caravel is just 64, 66. That's just not going to allow him to punch through the defenses fast enough. They're going to get promotions faster than they're going to get damaged. We do have, of course, to see if Gwernaroth is going to manage to get the necessary gold to upgrade everything. He does still have 28, 20, 23, 21 on his teammates, while on the other side we definitely have a lot more gold generated. They did prioritize the harbors more than everything else, and there was a famous saying: if you want to win, the first thing that you need to the first thing that you need to realize is you need to stay alive to win. So if you're going for some late games timing, you need to stay alive first. And this is actually going to be quite painful over here to see, because even if we do have England managing to get a few galleys upgraded, he's not going to have the extra points of damage on his boats from the admirals, nor is he going to have any kind of other defenses over here available for him. So the Russian boats managing to smash through the galleys fast enough against Gwernaroth is going to allow him to get the extra promotion points. He's going to get the +7 with the extra admiral. He's going to get another +5. Easy peasy plus 12 to go against his opponents. You can see Portsmouth is going to get attacked here by two caravels. It's going to go down probably next turn. Birmingham at the same time. He does have a wall there being built, and maybe he has a chance to fast chop that wall in Birmingham. While we do have Bradford also trying to get that wall. Still, a wall with 22 garrison defense is not really a big wall, and we will see follow-up frigates over here coming up from China. You see how China stood on 4 cities and just got as fast as possible those caravel timings? It is what it is. That's a good question. Can ADD keep going after Vicky dies? They can. I think they can. And I think they will want to, just because of the culture victory possible on Khmer. Like they're gonna try to get the culture victory here, I believe. We got more settlers coming up from Khmer. We got him with the theater squares. We do have him on 65 science with 65 culture. I mean, with 33 science. He did manage to build the Colosseum and Hanging Gardens and Great Bath, getting himself quite a bit of tourism. Let's see, he is on 35 tourism at the moment. Well, not that great, but he will get very big soon. 119 faith turn. Skarn is on 129 faith turn. They will get very big in the long term. So maybe they will try to keep on going just because of that. They will go against 2 nations that are going to need to prove themselves on the land as well as on the seas. And of course, they already spent a lot of effort going towards cartography rather than anything else. We do have the first caravel being upgraded from England. And that means the cities of England are also much tougher to go against. The Portsmouth is already 43 strength. The caravel is 62, and it looks like, bro, what? No. Take city, smash? No. Hello, FizzLePoisson. Oh, don't tell me he actually saw 20. He never checked the damage. Oh, facepalm. He never checked the damage. Please don't attack. Can you imagine if he attacks with the galleys into the city center? FizzLePoisson. Oh, is it? Faire attention. Attention, FizzLePoisson. Is it possible ADDL just abandoned Victoria to its fate and went full game sim mode all game? Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I mean, there's no other explanation, right? They're gonna try as fast as possible to. Well, they're gonna try. At least Gwernaroth is gonna try as much as he can to stay alive as long as he can. But it's gonna be harder for him to actually get a victory. And I'm talking about #K here to get a culture victory. If he's gonna be 1 man down, we're gonna see if he's gonna pull it off. It is possible. It's just much harder. I don't think Victoria will survive this. Also, I don't think Khmer or Norway can be taken out easily. Yeah, I don't think they can get to. They cannot get to Khmer or Norway. Actually, this is probably why Norway plugged this choke. He doesn't want to allow Phoenicia to get a city safety settle or settle there, a connection settle, not a safety one. And he's gonna try to get his stats up really quickly behind all of this. While there is a bit of a problem with the stats on the other team, I don't think that's that big of a problem. Of course, right after FizzLePoisson is gonna finish with this, he's gonna have first of all extra cities coming up from England and a lot of land to settle to the west side. It's easy for Japan also to put a lot of defensive theater squares over here for that extra culture. So honestly, culture victory doesn't seem likely anyway. Usually when this ends up, so what would happen? Let's think about this. Let's think through the future, right? So we got, okay, they're gonna take over England. It's gonna take 15 more turns. Let's give it a number, 50 more turns. After they manage to finish off England, they will get to make use of the spoils of war, right? They already took down a city, by the way. They raised it to the ground for some reason. Oh my God, he attacked with the boats. He actually attacked with the boats, bro. Oh my god, look at those galleys. Oh my, okay. Well, I guess it is what it is. Um, After you go through all of these 15 turns, you're gonna see the players do two things. First of all, expand. That's the first option that they're gonna do after they're gonna get a safety. You know, they're gonna be safe. They don't need to go against anybody anymore. They took out their opponent. It's fine. That's expanding. Second phase will be to get stats, and of course that means they're going to need to focus on something, either campuses, or they're going to go for theater squares and wonders and so on and so forth for that extra adjacency. Going for that will allow them to get faster in, of course, the civic tree and the tech tree, which will open up quite a few ways for them to develop their empires and get faster bonuses, while yes, their opponents will be ahead for some time. They're also gonna get ahead. They're also gonna get to catch up by getting those cities from their opponents and then settling a lot of cities of them their own. Remember, culture victory doesn't happen before turn 100. It's extremely rare to happen before turn 100. If you want to go for pre-turn 100 culture victory, you need something like either China or Poland. Much more likely to go for Poland because it does have the free relics. You can get a lot of tourism out of them early on. Did he just lose a few boats here? Oh my god, Portsmouth. Yes, it is also important who will lose a military alliance. I believe we're gonna see we're gonna see Norway lose the military alliance. I don't think he needs it, while of course the Khmer over here does need it. And from what I can see, oh my god, Phoenicia is just not fearful. Choups is going right in the face of Khmer. K over here is not flinching, is not moving, is not moving any kind of muscles to do a military. He's barely on 121 military strength. Okay, so right after those stats come out of the cities that they just built around, let's see, 25 turns from now, 30 turns from now, they're gonna push the defenses on the culture victory higher and higher. When that happens, a lot of options start to open up for them, right? We do have them with maybe possible nukes to go against their opponents. We got them with possible land invasion to come against their opponents, and so on and so forth. And this will just be worse and worse for the attackers when it comes to the culture defense, to the culture attack, just because of their inability to get that culture. And it's not because of the players, don't get me wrong, it's not about the players, it's just how Civ works when it comes to acquiring that tourism, how fast you can get it. There is a set amount of limited tourism that you can acquire so fast, and you need so many bonuses to punch through the defenses of somebody that is just not feasible, not possible before a certain era and without a certain civilization. So we're gonna need to see how, of course, Khmer is gonna try to do this. You do notice he's getting as many cities out. He knows he's gonna need to get as big as possible. He knows he's gonna also need to be relevant in the long-term gameplay to be as fast as possible to acquire the tourism. But at the same time, he is also aware he might actually be countered over here relatively quickly. So what he is doing is trying to get as many of these writer points, artist points, musician points from the beginning of the game, so he can be powerful in the late, as powerful as possible in the late game. We'll see. I'm conflicted about this. I'm not saying he cannot do it, because you've seen how many times the players' moves count towards this. Like, he might actually be perfect and his opponents make mistakes. And if his opponents will make mistakes, he's going to punch the culture victory through. If his opponents don't make mistakes, well, I guess we're going to need to see what he's going to do. If he's going to be on point with that culture. We do have China managing to acquire the city of Portsmouth, and it looks like he did expand a few galleys over there on that city center. He does need to take down Birmingham, and he's working alongside Russia to take down Sheffield and Manchester. Newcastle upon Tyne, also with Caravel inside, is going to get smashed really quickly here. Does have 4 of those Caravels with enough damage to keep on taking down the garrison health, while the walls will come out in 2. If he doesn't smash right now through that defense, he's probably never going to take that city with ancient walls until he's gonna get frigates. He is pre-building a few quadrims for those frigates, so I guess he's trying to do so. Okay, there we go. He's smashing. He is smashing. The city will heal a little bit. Not enough strength to take down the city. Well, the ancient walls will still go up. I guess it is what it is. Eleanor going to Russia. Eleanor going to Russia. Well, he's trying, but he got stopped. You see, just one boat in the proper position stops any kind of aggression. The same about Japan, right? One boat stopped all of that attack of Chemikus. He cannot push anymore. It's just that one tile choke is stopping anything that he would have had as an advantage. I do see some sea dogs coming off from England, and of course he does have some pre-built frigates, which will allow him to shoot from afar. I do see also Via da Pura got settled, and they're going to try to get the gold generation going while he's getting some more missionaries to convert his ally over here. He does need the gold. We got one more turn until the classical era ends, and we're going to go into the medieval one, and we do need to quickly check the era score points. 71 coming out from Keske, Skarn on 61, we got Chemikus 57, Gwernaroth on 34-41. Well, he's gonna be dark, but honestly his empire is kind of falling apart here. We got Keske 47-55. That is massive. They managed to keep away Russia from a next golden. This is going to be quite problematic here for Peter. We do have also FizzLePoisson on 56-56. He got... Oh, he didn't. Actually, he's going to go normal. Oh, he's going to go normal. It is what it is. 56-56, not good enough. 61-61 on Choups. She did manage to get her golden age points. I do see also Exvupur on 47-49 coming up for Japan. Going dark, it is what it is. They're going to have 3 players, either going normal or dark in the second era. Not that amazing. Actually, on this side, it does look like Dela did manage to score the victory when it came to their development. We do have also a few more wonders coming up from Khmer. Now, I think Keske realized he's going to need to put some production into his units, and he's getting some horses towards the south. I do notice Phoenicia did recruit a general, Trung never actually put down encampment, but did manage to plug in the card and use that card to acquire the great general. Okay. We got Bergen, Pyramid 17. I do also notice Skarn did manage to build Temple of Artemis from Nidaros, and he did manage to get all of those stave churches built in his holy sites. And these are going to give him the extra points of production on his coastal resources and an extra point of faith from each of them. Very nice, by the way. I do hope he's going to build one in Johannesburg. What was his religion in the first one, by the way? Tapataper is choral music. Okay, so he's getting the extra culture, pilgrimage, crusade, and stupas. Okay, so he got crusade and stupas. Crusade actually could work very well against Phoenicia. Phoenicia doesn't have a religion to defend herself in. Oh, she does have Catholicism from the city of Tyre. She probably used that to get okay, Jesuit education and pagodas. She probably tried to deny Khmer and at the same time tried to get how to say the era score points from it. I think she was buried there. Anyway, you do see Gwernaroth is trying to keep alive over here with 29 cents and 25 culture. Chemikus just popped over 100. He switched to a free inquiry golden age, and 109 cents with 51 culture is going to be quite good. We do see Skarn 75-71 and Keske is going to be 45-104. So it looks like when it comes to straight up simming, Dela they're doing amazingly well. It's more about the army timing than the simming over here. And oh my god, it's just Gwernaroth over here is having such a bad time when it comes to his choice, his places. He's trying to get the catapults out. The catapults are going to give him quite a bit of an advantage. Let's see. Let's go for. I go A into this. I go A into this, and I go into this. Hello, Monica 26 Santos. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, ma'am. Kabul units even got to one of those cities sieged a few times ago. Man, Kabul is banging. He got Portsmouth siege, right? We're trying to coordinate over here to fix our things. We'll see how fast we get them. Okay, looks like they're gonna call an how to say arbiter. I can show you something by the way from Escape from Tarkov in the meantime if you wanna look at this. Okay, so on another map coming up it's called give me a second so I can put it up on the screen. The map is called Shoreline. I got into a situation in which I was sitting with my friends. They were on the right side of this, and I thought they are coming against me, like they are coming past me, and I didn't immediately understand that these are enemies. So you see what happened here? They just passed my. Wait a second. I need to translate something. They just passed my door, and I didn't see what's going on. Okay, after they passed me, I was talking with my friends and they were like telling me, no, nobody's there. We're like, there's nobody there. We died. Like, you gotta take care of them. And I was like, okay. So I found this guy. He came to see what's going on, almost shot me in the head, but didn't win back. I couldn't get that other shot on the other guy. Closed the door, tried to get over here, and man, I totally forgot that I could actually how to say that I should reload. I totally forgot. So I didn't have that many bullets in the chamber for my magazine. I only had like 15 bullets. The game doesn't actually show you how many bullets you have. You have to check manually. So yeah. So I waited over here trying to get a read on the situation, called for somebody that was like 3 stories above me and wanted him to move down, but he just couldn't get there in time. And then I said, okay, let's see. Let's have some fun, you know, like let's see how it is. By the way, you see that I have a different weapon. This is my weapon of choice usually in the games. It's I would say a rifle, and of course it does have a lot more punch when it comes to how many bullets it can print out and send against your opponents. So maybe I should take a look really quickly, but I feel like okay, then not okay. I did stay here for like 30 seconds like this, waiting for an opponent to push out, and check this out. But I don't know, Monica, how you can get that. They tried to open the door on me, and then you see the lasers. They were trying to poke in and shoot at me. I got behind the door, and I opened the door. I heard him. I heard him shoot and then reload. Totally fine. Man, if I had my full magazine, I would have wiped them out clean. No damage on me. I got some. They were so surprised I came out of the door over there, like on them. What was the situation? Also, Monica, I would love to help. I'm not sure what you mean by copying the link to win. I don't know what is that, by the way. Yeah, epic, exactly. Oh man, some of these fights, bro. a sec. They're still here, okay. Wait, today is Tuesday, right? Well, it's already Wednesday, okay. I think I already got... Trying to figure out if I can get a meeting done on... Let me check my schedule. Thursday. Okay. All right, so they're still talking with somebody. Okay, let me actually take a look over here and see in the chat rooms what we have. There was a need for an arbiter to go into their city, a referee to go into their chats and talk this out. The thing is, usually what this happens, and I have to say, so Chemikus doesn't get to put his points into this Congress, which I'm not so sure it's that important because they're gonna lose anyway a player, and I don't think they actually will get any more congresses anyway. So maybe them having a bit more points is not that big of a deal. Usually, what this happens, when this happens, somebody from the other team will try to stay out of the votes as well. Most of the time, the players will have basically the same amount of how to say diplo favor on their side, so they can counter each other by not voting. Chemikus, for example, has at the moment, can we see this here? Oh yeah, he has a 40 diplo favor. So maybe somebody with 60, maybe Exvupur shouldn't vote in this Congress, and that's it. They just do like that. I don't think they should be greedy at the moment. They already got the upper hand on England. It's going to be very tough for England to survive here, especially when those frigates come out. And I'm pretty sure both Russia and China are going to get those frigates against them. So yeah, it is what it is. Tsunaft also, good evening, sir. Welcome. Nice land. Yeah, what can I say? This map, man. This map. Okay. Yeah, there we go. It's fine. They're going for this. We still have Hashkey with and let's see. Do they actually get this, or do they put someone there, or will somebody not vote, or will they just vote? Okay, they're just going to ignore this. Let me actually get my votes in so I don't forget about this. Forget to vote. Keep that volume. And of course, we are equaling out between me and Six, and we are equaling out our votes, so we don't affect the game. While we do need to see what's going to happen in the upcoming turns. Of course, England is building up a frigate navy. It does look like we do have Japan trying to get more stats, and he did pre-build quite a bit. He's still getting his harbor shipping projects going. Looks like he is trying to get these great admirals away from his opponents. Still, England did not manage to get to enough points to recruit one. He's 151 out of 300, and as you can see, has totally other priorities to go for over here. We do need to also check out if China is going to manage to breach the defenses. Now that we do have walls coming out of the English cities, it's going to be extremely hard to go and punch through this, even keep Portsmouth in this situation. Of course, the tables will change a little bit when wait, did they? Wait, what did China get? China went for a normal age. Oh, and well, I guess it's fine, right? It's still not going to be enough loyalty here. We do have more settlers coming up from Xi'an, and this is, immediately you see the reaction of China. He's trying to get more settlers going. Expanding was the first phase I was talking about. This is what he needs to be doing. We do have also Khmer coming up from his cities with a few horses. He's going to probably put an army to defend against Phoenicia while he's chopping down encampments. Maybe he is actually going to switch gears to try to get as many of these units as possible to go against Phoenicia. Does have amazing siege units. Those dome raids are going to do so much damage against the Phoenician units and cities, and at the same time I do notice he did manage to get a decent amount of science with culture. On the other side, we had Choups with 74 science and 54 culture. Did manage to get her pen brush and voice golden age, which will give her a few advantages, and did manage to get quite a few cities over here to the west side. Getting her knights out, she's gonna put a brutal defense here against any kind of attack coming out from Khmer. Also, that general was on point. Amazing gameplay. We do have in the World Congress, international trade routes sent to Khmer, minus 4 gold. Oh man, military city states getting 100% yields, okay, and 2 diplo points to #K. You see how they're totally ignoring the last votes? That's what's happening over here. They're totally ignoring the last votes. We do have #K with more holy sites coming out. Theater Square Festival projects also for him to recruit as many of these writers as possible. He wants that extra culture. He wants the faster civics to go through, and of course develop his empire much better, much easier. The fact that he did manage to get Colosseum earlier does mean his empire will have happy citizens to benefit from, and we do need to see if he's going to manage to pull off this attack against Choups. It's extremely important for him to get this, but extremely important. Putting down a lot of encampments very fast does mean he's also going to try to get as fast as possible the generals. We're still in the classical era generals because actually nobody put those down over there. Nash asking us about the build pyramids. By the way, first of all, good evening, sir. We do have the pyramids started up here in Bergen, and I don't see actually Norway getting it that fast. It's still 12 turns to get it. It's just a bad city to work. Commander Key, Japan held his vote. Japan held his vote. Okay, I see. Okay, thank you. So Japan held his vote. Yeah, that feels natural, right? That's what usually needs to happen over there to equal out. It's not fair, but it is what it is. For the sake of the game, we need to make some sacrifices. We do have more lighthouses coming up from Norway to get those trade routes. Finally, he's getting his economy going. He did manage to switch to a free inquiry golden age this time, so he's getting 79 cents and 73 culture, 150 faith a turn. And right after he did manage to get all of those holy sites, he now is switching towards his harbors. We'll have #K with Monumentality. His second one, we got Chemikus, Free Inquiry, Golden Age, Gwernaroth, Dark Age. And then I guess the normal ages don't actually matter, not to mention the Dark Ages. We do need to see if China here is actually going to manage to do any kind of damage, honestly. Because those quadrims... No, bro, please, no. I mean, he's trying to get them as fast as possible to Portsmouth. And looking at the text over here, we do have FizzLePoisson, Divine Right 1. He does have the upgrade on the frigates. It's just a matter of niter. And I guess that's one of the questions that we need to answer on the army tab. Do we have anybody? Oh my god, they don't have niter at all. Wait, what? What? FizzLePoisson, 1 turn away from that. Okay, so Choups is gonna get military engineering, I believe it's called. Is it? Is it? Yeah, military engineering. Does she have niter? She does, but not. Well, I guess she can put some gold from Biruta and get it. They do benefit from a lot of gold, so that's good on them. Only Exvupur is actually negative gold. 119 on Keske, 49 on FizzLePoisson, Choups 91, while on the other side, Hashke is 64, Skarn 57, Chemikus 47. And I do see, of course, Hashke is getting those watts as soon as possible. He did manage to get his religion finished. Shinto did get Defender of the Faith and the watts for that extra science. A very nice addition to his empire. He's now gonna build a lot of them all over his empire with those holy sites. And of course, in the north, he is coupling his economy with England, getting as many trade routes in the water as possible to generate that gold. We do also see him with Etemenanki from Vimayapura, which honestly doesn't actually give him any kind of points other than the extra adjacency he's going to get for a theater square. He doesn't have marsh tiles, he doesn't have floodable terrain tiles there, but I guess he does get a little bit more tourism. We also need to see who's going to pick up the slack when it comes to the culture generation on their side, on the CPS side. You do notice at the moment it's Choups with 20 points, and she's getting the defense going for those domestics, while of course on the attacking side we do have Hashke with 58 tourism per turn. He's gonna start acquiring those tourism at some point. We got also Choups coming up with a few knights over here, and has managed to get a bigger army than Khmer. And this actually is important if she does manage to keep on pushing towards him with a general before Khmer is ready. And this is actually the trick, right? The trick statement before he is ready. That's what needs to be happening over here. If Khmer gets ready, there's no way Dido can push through him. If Khmer is not ready, there is a chance, you know, like a 30%, 25-30% chance he's gonna get to topple him at some point. Not to mention annoy him, you know, like, oh, I need to build this, but then instead I need to build an army. It's like so annoying most of the time. Yeah, we do have a hash game with the Monumentality Golden Age going for that Grandmaster Chapel with 189 Faith at 10. He's going to get to upgrade quite a few units, buy quite a few units with a Faith. I do also notice he's getting a few heavy chariots from the north. Mahendra Parvata is going to start working on Petra, and he's putting in Magnus. He's going to try to chop that Petra probably. We do need to see if he's going to be fast, very fast on that trigger. I do also notice England got a few frigates out, and he started push. Oh no, wait. There is a, how to say, there is an annoying factor on this defense on Japan. With the fact that these frigates of England can actually go around this land and attack into the Japanese caravels. The problem is the Japanese caravels are already quite strong in the water, and they're not gonna care that much because they have enough numbers to that just keep switching around every turn, get them back, heal, then get them forward, and so on and so forth until they get promotions, and then it's just whatever it is. So it does look like this is just gonna be Chemikus trying to poke an infinite amount of caravels coming out from Japan, and Japan not caring about it. Now, we do see him trying to also go against Russia in the south, where he is going to be much more successful into taking down the Russian units. They don't have an admiral here, and by the looks of it, they might actually fall in the next turn or this turn. It depends. No, there's no more movement on the Sea Dog. There is a possibility for England to attack the Russian unit and then first move at last turn. in the next turn, I mean. But we do have the Russian Navy starting to kick in the action here with more than enough quadrants to upgrade. It's just a matter of niter. This is the biggest problem, the biggest stopper over here for Keske to get this fleet going. They only have 2 niter on Choups, and you see Keske just discovered military engineer. He's on 1 niter. Hello, Dragon. Hello there. I have not been following Civ 6 since 5-6 months. Has any new content been out for Civ 6? Not really. We just had BBG getting a few changes here and there, but that's about it. I think actually we do have quite a bit of a stable competitive scene right now, with a lot of players managing to learn what to do, how to do, when to do, and this is amazing. The fact that it's stable enough to let the players learn and get competitive, and they start to enjoy the game a lot more. And I guess we're gonna need to see Civ 7 come out at some point. Everybody's waiting for it. Everybody's waiting for it. Civ 7, man. The dream. The dream. Yeah, feels good, man. Yeah. We also have, I would say, CWC Season 7 started up in November. Start up in November on the 4th. And right now we got quite a few qualifiers going on. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome. I hope you're still going to enjoy them. I do my best to try to improve every little bit. You know, a little bit here, a little bit there. Maybe an expression, maybe a word, maybe an action. It is what it is. Civ 7 will bring a whole new bunch of exploits. I can hardly wait. Oh, Salty only looking at the exploits over there. Yes. Are you talking about like infinitely buying units with Mali? Is that what you're talking about, Salty? No, Dragon, no, Dragon. Civ 7 hasn't been announced yet, but everybody's waiting for it because, you know, Civ 7, like they need to bring us Civ 7. I think they're more, as in Firaxis, is more focused on Midnight Suns, but I have seen some content creators talk about the fact that they are hiring in Firaxis a lot of engineers, especially like network engineers and so on. So we might actually get, you know, a much stable multiplayer environment. Yay! Stop it. Big Norway, small Russia. Yes, big Norway, small Russia. What can I say? We got Norway over here with 2, 4, 6, 8 cities, and unfortunately he didn't get big at the beginning of the game. Russia did manage to overwhelm the defenses of England, and you can see Victoria is slowly but surely taken down. There is also China with, oh my god, he's actually pushing through this. Oh my god, look at the defense coming out from Gwernaroth. He knows he only has oh my god, a few cities, so he's getting as much of a powerful defense as possible for them. They are late on acquiring those niter points, and Russia over here still needs to upgrade his frigates. He also needs to stop the English Navy coming up from the northwest, where you do see there's I would say a big possibility for him to breach these defenses. If those frigates come out, they will definitely do a lot of damage against the Russian Navy. Can you show Vicky and Kublai? Yes, Axis. Yes, sir. We do have Kublai trying to take down, keep on trying to take down Birmingham. Didn't manage to upgrade his quadrims in time for Portsmouth. Well, to not flip. We do have him with another quadrim here that will probably get to upgrade to a frigate. And FizzLePoisson is settling more cities on the east side. I'm actually amazed that he's sending them over here on the coastal tiles instead of going inlands. He has like so many good cities inland. Well, I say so many good cities, good-ish cities inland that he could make use of. One tile choke pega, exactly. Oh my god, yes, I remember that religion, the one tile choke pega. Yes. Well, you do see England, the Chemikus here did use that exploit over here. Well, the ability of the frigates to shoot across land from 2 tiles. Exvupur has been pushed out a little bit from that choke point while he is getting frigates over there. You do also notice England is putting a few more boats on the front line, and we do need to see if the one single caravel he has over here is going to be enough to push through. I don't think so, but anyway, we'll see. It's still good that they're making Japan expend more resources in this war, instead of going for the expanding of his empire. We do have Nagoya coming up with a settler in 4. I do notice Fortran University coming up from Fukuoka. Kyoto, I do notice also with okay, builder. What is he building? Intelligence agency. Okay, and we do need to see really quickly what's going on Hashkey. Hashkey is, I would say, is the key over here, I think. So they're gonna what do we have on the water? They're gonna still struggle to push forward, push backwards, push forward, push backwards. It does look like it's a relative stalemate. What I would still give England like 60 out of 40, 60-40 chances to punch through the Russian defenses. Main issue is how they managed to finish off England. Since they didn't manage to finish off England, it's going to be harder and harder to push through. But they do need to get frigates to punch through the defenses. Phony Cloud, thank you so much for the prime. Hey, thank you, sir. Oh my god, I don't know how this is doubled, by the way. I don't know why Stream Elements for some reason is doubling my these things. I see science and wait, okay. Bobby 0426, good evening sir and welcome. What kind of game is this? Just joined. This is Civilization 6 with all of the content on it, Gathering Storm and Rise and Fall, and we do have quite a few mods also allowed in the game, but also we got all of the civilizations available for the players. With much pleasure, sir. Welcome to the stream and thank you so much for the prime. Also, I see science and culture are likely completely disabled, or are you just spectating the game? I'm what I do on the stream most of the time, what I do on the stream is comment games and competitive games. So I'm a part of the multiplayer community. We have multiple competitions going on. We are now watching a game from the Francophone community, from the French players, and we're in their second division. Watching what's going to happen. I do try as much as possible to watch games every day. So for me, it doesn't really matter if it's from the 3rd division or the 1st division. I do try to get as much knowledge out as possible for the viewers, because I do hope when it comes, to developing the community, it's very important for them to have this knowledge. I also try to get some entertainment value here and there, like get something done. Michael is just very bad and can get science and culture. Yeah, exactly. Kick W. Anyway, any questions you have, throw it in the chat and I'm going to do my best to answer it. In the meantime, let's keep on watching. England getting those catapults. He's going to try to put up that defense against his opponent. He still has 30 science and 24 culture. He's trying to get to military engineering. That is the technology that will allow him to upgrade his catapults into trebuchets, which are going to be hurting these boats a lot harder. You can see how much damage he has been doing for quite some time here, and they couldn't push through the wall defense. That is massive. Who has Rahendra Kola? It was Eleanor. Eleanor has Rahendra Kola, but I don't think he ever used it. Let me actually take a look over here. Did he ever use it? He punched through. We got a punch through. Chemikus attacking. Yeah, there we go. He actually activated +3 combat strength from Rahendra Kola. Tanhouse also, Khmer breaking the 300 production mark, more than double anyone on the other team. Yeah, well, what can I say? Massive. Hashk is massive over here. Can he manage to do the damage? That is what it's all about here. He's getting those archaeological museums. I do see art museums and the spy coming out of his cities. He did manage to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 cities out with multiple chops available for the builders. Mahendra Parvata did finish very quickly Petra. and he's now putting down a theater square. We do need to see if Hashk is also going to start to build up an army. It doesn't look like at the moment he's that prone to do it, but at the same time I do hope he will, because Phoenicia over here will, how to say, will be quite okay, how do I put this slightly? It will be a morale attack on their opponent's team. If he does manage to pressure Phoenicia enough, it will be a big morale hit to their team. And of course, with Russia only 4 cities getting pressured by England, by Eleanor, China still needs to get bigger over there, still on 66 science and 34 culture. It doesn't look like they are that prepared for the next part of the game. I noticed we got an attack coming out from Norway. Norway putting that putting those berserkers to work against his opponents. Definitely can attack those knights and do a lot of damage. He's working Wars of Religion. He's working the you can see the Oligarchic Legacy. Phoenician Knight is just not up to the challenge of defending against these Zerkers. We do have quite a few of them coming out from Skarn. I do notice he's trying to get a few more settlers out, and he's trying to get campus research projects. That's another thing that we didn't actually look for. It didn't feel that important. Oh, okay, there we go. You see Hashk did build up quite a few faith points, and now he's building up an army. Now he's getting the army. He knows Phoenicia is gonna be how to say vulnerable in the next turns, especially since she's going to be forced to reposition her army to defend against the Norwegian units, while through the north she is going to be vulnerable to attack directly on the city of Tyre. If we do have Hashk figuring out he needs to go through all of this open land to the south of Phantom Rung, that's going to be what he's going to get the win, right? This is open land where a massive army can be deployed and allow him to attack directly on the capital city of Phoenicia. Work ethic, tithe, defender of the faith, and I think what? Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It does have the Shinto. How to say this with a Japanese accent? Shinto. Ha. Okay. Oh man, that knight didn't even know what hit him. These guys are 5 movement Zerkers. What? That's a lot of movement. Oh my god. And of course, with we're gonna have Khmer over here. I'm actually curious. Is he gonna try to go knights, or is he gonna try to go cuirassiers? I don't think he has enough strength, enough science for. Okay. I don't think he has enough science to go for cuirassiers. So maybe that's why he's going siege tactics right now. Nationalism 2. Knight Corps does seem to have a good ring to attack Choups, right? Oh, we got a city taken down. Sheffield got taken down by Russia finally. We do have those English units that will need to upgrade into those English catapults that will need to upgrade into trebuchets. Also, Birmingham will need to repair the walls. They were almost taken down by the Chinese units. They kept on pummeling that city until they managed to breach. Micmac 98, well, at this point, Khmer is donating Defender to Dido. Well, I don't think that work. That doesn't work. Was close to triple culture to science, so I think wants to tide over the science. Yeah, Watts was a very, very good choice coming out from Khmer. I did help him get a decent amount of science, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 20 science coming out from those Watts. Not to mention, he is going to get the extra culture, the extra faith coming out from them. So all in all, it's a win over there. Russia probably dead. Well, let's see. Yeah, it does look like we're gonna have a problem for Russia, even if he does have a decent amount of strength over here and quite a few units. He just upgraded a few of those frigates, and by the looks of it, He's being pushed very strongly by England. We do have Chemikus managing to breach those defenses. He does have a few sea dogs, a few frigates, quite a few caravels, and he is trying to take down those units of his opponents. We'll see if Russia over here can actually deal the damage. Well, that caravel actually withstood so many attacks. That's a hero, right? Can he actually get out of there? I don't think so. I'm a bit surprised we don't see him focusing. Ooh, just got a free caravel. Oh my god, using that amazing ability of the Sea Dog to punch through opponents' caravels. And oh my god, just beautiful coming out from Chemikus. You don't notice Novgorod is way too slow on building those caravels, and the tables have turned over here. We do need to see if Japan will manage to enter the war, but it looks like he's locked in a struggle with Chemikus as well towards the north. We do have Chemikus also wants to put a city over there, and I do notice Chemikus would need to get a few more of these caravels on the front line. The fact that he did manage to I think he did get press gangs, does allow him to put more production into these units just because of, there we go, of this card, the 100% production towards industrial era and earlier naval units, which does include those caravels and the frigates. He can build them much faster. Russia, though, did manage to also get there to Merchant Republic. It's just a matter of the production difference between them. We got on one side Chemikus on 142, Russia is on 76, half of that. That is a problem. We also have, of course, a Hashk with that ability to oh my god, what is this? Do they even have the gold for all of this army? This is too massive. This is I would love to see this happening, but this is so massive. Okay, so I guess these Norwegian units are going to be pushed back, but at what cost, right? It cost Phoenicia so much. It also revealed the weakness of Phoenicia to Khmer, and now Khmer is going to rise up to attack her at some point. I do see these heavy chariots are just standing there at the moment. He's going to get nationalism next time. He's going to core them up, and we're going to need to see how fast he's going to get to upgrade them and into what kind of unit. Let's see what's going on here. We got a moves. Oh, well, I guess Chemikus is gonna probably lose that advantage. Let's see. You see, okay, he's gonna need to reposition quite a few units over there in the north. Took down another one. He needs more caravels. He needs more caravels here. He needs more caravels on the east side. He can keep on the damage attacks on Russia, but he needs to focus on one side. The fact that he's focusing on two sides, I think it hurts him. And yeah, there we go. He realized he needs more boats there. He is going to send the resupplies. He has, or I should say, reinforcements, and he has more of them coming out of his cities. I don't see Exvupur interested in pushing this, even though he could actually go and try to push the caravels of England. He is very wary of this because England will have multiple frigates attacking onto that one tile, and of course he can lose quite a few boats here, and this is a problem. He's going to need to also hard build a few more boats. He's trying to go for Venetian Arsenal. No, not Venetian Arsenal. Oh my god. Well, the last time we saw Venetian Arsenal, the player that actually managed to get it won. We're gonna have to see if this happens. Like, you know, it's a chance. There is a chance. That was a bad attack by Eleanor. He did manage to take out the Russian fleet, I gotta say. So he sacrificed quite a few units, but he did manage to take out two major parts of the Russian fleet. He just couldn't handle the repositioning of the other boats coming against him, and that might have been bad. That was bad. I don't think he realized how many boats Russia built in the water and had around his territory. 32 population Russia, so how much has Khmer? Mercutio Flavius, a lot more, I would say. Let me take a look over here in the, what is it, era score tab. We got Hashk on 79 population. Also, what happened while I was gone? Victoria survived, and now they're attacking. Yes, 5-second energy. I don't know. It's just the tables have turned 180 degrees over here. We got Chemikus managing to breach through the defenses of the Russian Navy. He's gonna lose quite a few boats. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, he might actually take down a city with him, and he's probably gonna need to reposition over here. Oh, easy peasy. Even attacking Phoenicia. Man. Okay, so Novgorod looks like it might actually go down next turn. There's no way that Kerval actually pops out of the city and remains alive. Keske will need to delete one of the boats he has, probably the one on top, and we're going to need to see what he's going to choose. At the same time, England did manage to lose the attack on Voronezh. Doesn't have a unit to plug the choke, and of course Russia can pour through with the remaining caravels and attack back. We do have a few reinforcements coming up from England with 2 caravels and 2 of these frigates, 3 frigates actually in total over there, which might actually help him close the choke point, where he needs to be really careful how he's gonna do it. Hashk citizens won't be able to move anymore if he keeps feeding them like this. Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? Have you seen Wall-E? You know those guys in the chairs over there with they couldn't move, they just had their feet in the air. That's exactly, you know, people fan. Just standing with the bellies up and talking on the phone all day. They didn't care left, right, or center. They just moved. Oh, I want to go to the beach. Oh. We do have also consulate coming out from Khmer. We're approaching the next era, 7 turns to go until we're going to discover that we're going to enter the Renaissance era. He's getting Forbidden City from Bhavapura, and I do see Khmer did core up most of his units. Going for siege tactics is a bit surprising for me. I was hoping he's actually going to go somewhere else. Also, it looks like he's going a lot of bread and circuses here on Indrapura. Okay, it is what it is. Is he trying to flip Taruga? Really? Okay, sure. I'm actually a bit surprised he didn't attack Taruga yet, but I guess we're gonna see it attack soon. Okay, so we got the boats coming out. England. Okay, let's go, England. Let's go, Chemikus. We do have the attack started on Novgorod, and as you can see, he's dealing massive amounts of damage. That city might go. No, come on, just. Oh my god, it remained alive. 14 out of 200 points. Foreign culture victory imminent. It does look like Hashk is getting that tourism. You remember when I said somebody needs to put that culture defense up? Nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing the culture defense. Choups is the only one who's doing some culture defense because she went into Penbash and Voice, and that's about it. Nobody put theater squares down. Nobody's getting those points of culture up in their empires, and it's just a matter of time. Ticking time bomb. Hashk 7 out of 28 on this culture victory. He's 100 tourism per turn coming out, and he's gonna get a lot more coming up, and that's probably why he's working bread and circuses. If you take a look at the how to say, not this one, this is the coastal one. He's how to say, exerting this pressure. No, this is actually just giving him loyalty pressure. Why is he working only on loyalty pressure? Kick W, bro. Did only Japan build Venetian? Yes, big mistake. I mean, do they care about? I don't think they care about it. I don't know if. Oh, London is trying to get the Venetian, but it's 7 turns out, and Kyoto is on 4. I guess there is a possibility for Chemikus to actually chop it with 2 tiles. He does have a builder there. It will take 3 turns. So this turn is over. He's gonna move 1 turn. He's gonna move 1 turn, and on the 3rd turn, he's gonna be able to activate that. He doesn't have an engineer because he doesn't have points. Okay, let's see what happens here. Novgorod are taken out. Chemikus managed to snatch a city from Russia against that amazing fleet over there. Chemikus over here with England is going to face the Phoenician fleet on the water. And of course, he does have reinforcement boats coming to help him. And he does have quite a few frigates and caravels. And you do see how he's trying to put them in such a way that he's going to allow them to help each other. We got more on the way, and the Venetian Arsenal is also getting into the build queues of London. This is a big question. Big poll chat. Who is getting Venetian Arsenal? Chemikus? Or who's Japan? Japan is Exvupur. Let's go. You're complaining, but yourself aren't putting up any defense either. Mike, go and build theater squares. Wait, no, that's not fair. That is not fair. That is not fair. I am putting up a culture defense over here. I am doing entertainment value for the internet. It's not my fault this is happening. He's too strong, bro. He's too strong. Okay, so let's actually take a look at the Khmer. Khmer is going to go military science. He might actually try to go for calves here against Phoenicia. I still didn't put them to work. I'm a bit sad about this, honestly. I would have loved to see this happening. I guess he just wants to go more and go for the culture victories since nobody is defending him. I do have to say, usually the warfare, especially if you do manage to breach the defenses of your opponents, is much faster to get a win because your opponents will just crumble in their mental attitude, in their mental health. Well, not health, sorry. Composure. I think that's the word, right? Mental composure. They're just not going to see a way out of the situation and going to say, okay, you won. Okay, it's fine, you won. Oh, Exvupur breaching through, and we got Chemikus not reinforcing this city to the north. He got caught out of position over here, and Japan is going to try to pull through quite a few of his boats. We do have caravels coming up from the south. Those were reinforcements caravels coming towards Russia, and we do have Exvupur over here with a few frigates coming out also through these chokes. It does look like at the moment there's going to be a problem here. Japan has a decent number fleet, and we do need to see how fast England can plug those chokes and keep him out of it. He did manage to get a builder on the chop, and the Venetian arsenal might actually, wait a second, it's 2 turns Kyoto. Okay, guys and girls, what is going on? Is Exvupur gonna get this, or Magnus Chop in London is gonna get this? It's gonna be 4 turns. Can he chop 4 entire turns? Uh-oh. Who has slot order? Let's see. Exvupur is 2 slots ahead of Chemikus, above Chemikus. Oh my god, England hard building boats. And China still is working on taking down Birmingham. This has been happening for so long now. So sad there's 2 more chops for England, but they aren't using them. Yeah. This and this, yeah. He could have gone, he's trying to get there, but yeah, it's too late. He doesn't know, I guess, does he know? I don't think he knows. Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't know about Venetian Arsenal getting built here in Tokyo. He doesn't have vision on that city, on Kyoto actually. But it's still so close. He might actually get it. There might be enough production on the chop. Oh, look, Skycry Hex coming up with the math over here. He's missing 40% of it, 460 production on 40%. It's 184 production left. He's not getting that much from one chop. Let's see. Is he going to get, how much is he going to get? Is he going to one turn, how to say, is he going to remain on one turn here? Also, good evening, Skycry. How are you doing, sir? Oh, how is it tonight? How are you tonight? And finally, Khmer did manage to recruit a general, and I do see him going for more Theatre Square festivals. He would need to get that culture going. He's about to recruit a great musician, and of course, he's going to get more writers and artists. From what I also noticed in the scientist screen, we did have. Okay, not this, not this. Okay, Hypatia got recruited earlier by Phoenicia, and no Newton yet. We're going to need to wait for that to appear. In the north, on the city of Norwich, we did have multiple Eleanor boats arrive there, and now he's going to manage to push back the Japanese Navy. We do need to see if he's going to be using his caravels to punch through, or is he just going to try to defend against those frigates of Japan. Also, okay, there we go. Chop, it's only, man, no, chat, it is what it is. Exvupur got it. Exvupur got it. Woo! Exvupur, yeah, the host of the game did get it. One turn out, no chops. One turn out, no chops. It was what it was. Chemikus would have needed two faster turns on this builder to go on that side and, of course, chop that out. This might actually be a problem. Of course, it's still a hard way for Japan alone to actually go against Eleanor and try to beat him with his own game, especially while Hashke is putting so much attack force on the culture victory. We do need to see if Hashke over here is going to manage to get this attack going. Oh my god, he's not. He's not attacking. I don't think he's attacking. Like, by the looks of it, his positioning of his units, he doesn't want to attack. These are just preparation units for maybe a defense, maybe his all-out chance in the last turns. This is going to be a problem. He's not going to put enough pressure on Phoenicia to how to say, to decouple him from his economy. You do see Exvupur, even if he did manage to get that advantage of building faster units, his economy is not going to handle that. He's on minus 36 gold a turn, Keske 55, FizzLePoisson on 44, Choups on 74. If there was an option, if there was an attack coming up on Phoenicia over here and she started to lose cities, that was it. Like they won't have any gold anymore. Where would have that gold come from, right? We don't have Russia with that bigger vulnerability to expand. We do have them still fighting over here on the English territory, and England is somehow still alive. We do have China that maxed out his harbor choices and even lost a CAD. Wait, what? Khmer actually took back a CAD? How did this happen? Wait, what? Levied from Valletta? Oh my god, he actually levied Valletta and took out his opponent's city and liberated it. How much do they have in the Diplo score? Okay, so they're gonna win the next Congress. 246, 155, 192, and 100. This Petra city is amazing, by the way. Mahendraparvata did get that Petra earlier. All of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars are just incredible. I did manage to recruit Ulf and Amadeus, and I do see him immediately moving him towards the front, toward the big city, towards the capital city. He's going to get that extra tourism in there. He is right now on 7 out of 30 with still 116 tourism per turn. He's going to get a lot more coming up with that musician. And next turn, Forbidden City is going to finish in Bava Pura. The Norwegian attack did fail on Phoenicia, but not before he did manage to do significant damage against the units. Not to mention, look at the defensive units in Ainuk and Biruta. They disappeared. they fought so much against those berserkers, they're not there anymore. And of course that opens up the way for Khmer to push through. He's not caring about this though. That is unfortunate. He could have actually had those cities earlier with just Night Horse coming over there and with the support help of some of those Dome Rays. And he does have a decent amount of faith to keep on buying units. He's on 196 faith to 10, 365 production. He's about to have more production than the enemy team combined. Where is Dido's army going to the south? I don't know. Maybe she's trying to poke in a little bit on Bergen. I didn't want to like reveal the plans of Choups. Probably ironclads in 2 turns. Who ironclads? Oh, Chemikus. Yeah, Chemikus ironclads. And looking at the other side, we do have Exvupur on 104 science, 41 culture. Japan's empire was in a dark age, and you do see he's struggling to get all of the technologies needed, not to mention the gold. He does have 200 production, which is helping him develop his empire. He's trying to go for more science, more production from his shipyards, while he is getting a few more of these harbors as well. Did put a navy here in the south where he is he's gonna surprise attack English navy. Oh my god, this is massive. If they manage to do a two-prone attack on the English navy, and of course Chemikus is not going to be ready for this is going to be massive. But still, hash K 273 culture. He's gonna get very quickly to his rock bands, and at the same time he's gonna manage to get more tourism coming up from the musicians and all of his artworks. Not to mention we're gonna see him managing to get the cards, especially the 300% cards on those music works. Did he manage to get Apadana? No Apadana. Well, he got Forbidden City at least. Apadana is extremely important in these cases, so you get those extra 2 slots for music. Don't put any other works in there, just put music works. It's for music works. Okay, this is a problem. We do have Chemikus oblivious to the fact that Japan is to his north with a big fleet, and if he unfortunately he's gonna be caught over here in the choke points, well, he's gonna lose his fleet. He's gonna lose all of these boats. Chemikus. Chemikus. We got him building more cannibals coming out of his cities. He's trying to be as fast as possible to reinforce that front line. While of course he did manage to arrive at 143 science and 94 culture, 100 gold a turn as well. And this is also good for him. They do manage on their team on Dela de Riller. They do manage to get a decent amount of gold. We do have also Khmer with an ability to probably take down Taruga in a few turns, if not next turn. He will take down those wall defenses, and then the knight needs to push in. Yes, River Goddess. He went for River Goddess. Also, Victorious. Hello there. Boa tarde. Look for will pressure close to Angkor. Oh, Phoenicia? Close to Angkor. Let's see. Close to Angkor. Wait, what? I'm not sure what your... Where is Angkor? Oh, this one? There's no pressure here. Yes, Khmer is 416 production before industrialization. His metal casting 1, colonization in 1, and 2 believe he's still going to want to get his cuirassiers before he's going to put up an attack. But now England is aware of what's coming against him. And let's see, me, Prophet, me. They have 7 units south of Phenomenal. Wait, which is Phanom? Oh, this one. Oh, I see. I see this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Still, HK not acquiring these tourists fast enough, but it's just a matter of time until he's gonna go more. What about Victoria? Victoria is down to 2 cities and is slowly torn apart. And looks like this is probably gonna be the last Congress that he's gonna get to vote in. And then we're gonna see who's gonna lose its golden age. Military alliance, not golden age. Military alliance. I was thinking golden age, but then military alliance. HK did manage. Wait a second. Wait a second. Did we go? Yeah, we did go into the Renaissance era. So HK is gonna get reformed the coinage. He's now gonna get a decent amount of gold coming out, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna start to upgrade his units soon. Skarn Dark Age, we got Chemikus Dark Age, Gwernaroth Dark Age, and Heroic Age on Exvupur. That means he might actually get his. Oh, he didn't. Even with reform the coinage, he's working Eternals. Oh my god. Well, all of these traders are so massively underpowered right now. Wow. Well, that frigate's dead. Hey, massive. Chemikus did manage to retreat most of his boats. And now he's gonna need to put up a defense over here. You see most of his boats are out of movement, but they are just out of reach of the Japanese Navy. Only a few of them can be hit, while he's gonna get more resupplies over here. Got the fleet ability on his own units, and of course the fact that he kept on building that culture advantage does help him against Exvupur quite a bit. Even if Exvupur can actually build very fast units, it's going to be a matter of time until England over here is going to get more. Is also going to manage to keep his advantages. We do have Padana started up from Angkor Thom. You can see Ulfheim Amadeus is just sitting over there to put that music work. He did manage to take down the city of Taruga, which did hit them a little bit in their science acquirement. We got HK on 132 science, 329 cultures, Skarn 134, 108. We got also Chemikus 137 to 88, Gwernaroth 14 and 7. Of course, he is probably still on his last legs here. We do see him putting up as big of a defense as possible, trying to keep those frigates at bay with the trebuchets, while he still has a few 2 cities remaining. We got Keske with 60 science and 32 culture. We got FizzLePoisson 81, 45, and you do see they do require a lot more cities to do this, and a lot more culture. The culture, I think, is the most important part, especially with the HK's acquirement of tourism every turn. The culture will be the one that will probably need to be most watched for. 9 out of 37 for HK. Tourism, of course. Choups 129 science, 42 culture. Exvupur 101 culture, 101 science with 41 culture, minus 25 gold a turn, but does have 200 production. Of course, HK over here with his 428 production before industrialization. You can imagine if he's going to go top 3, it is going to be amazing. We do have ballistics coming up from him in 4, and he did manage to I would say get some experience points on these Domris going against Taruga, while he is going to need to reposition them towards the southeast and go against Phoenicia. Okay, we do have the two navies engaging over here. Looks like Exvupur did realize he's probably not going to get his wish to breach through the defenses, and he's going to need to reposition a little bit, see what he can do around this. While we do have also Chemikus getting a defensive stance, he does need to keep both Russia and Japan at bay right now and not allow them to deploy their massive fleet in this open water, because they do have a lot more units than him overall, especially with Phoenicia coming up in the fight. The fact that they do have admirals is quite a problem. Of course, England did manage to acquire quite a few admirals of his own, but Rahendra Kola did get promoted, and it doesn't look like he did manage to acquire another one of these that would give him the advantages towards Renaissance era units. He does have the Industrial era, not Renaissance at the moment. That is quite a problem. The admirals over here are having a massive influence. He just pre-built ironclads? Yeah, I guess so. He does have quite a few of them. I guess Keske on Peter will never get to ironclads. Exvupur can get to ironclads, but it's going to be tough. His 6th scientific theory, he still needs a lot more science to go for, and he's trying to get it, but the gold is just not helping him out to do anything. Minus 43 gold a turn. Okay, Khmer, are you attacking this? Khmer 3 turns ballistics. I'm actually extremely curious. So he did manage to get calves. They are 84, 87 attack strength against that horse, and you can see that he does manage to one-shot the horse of Phoenicia. Now Phoenicia did manage to get the cuirassiers. They're still not going to be up to the challenge. The cuirassiers only have 73 strength, and that's with 4 support bonus extra, while the calf course do have 87. Much easier for Khmer to push through, especially with the core ability. Choups is not that far away from getting her own nationalism, but it's 8 turns away, and the longer Khmer delays this attack, the harder it will be. And of course, the more pressure he's going to put on his opponents, the less economy they're going to have. So I'm actually extremely surprised we don't see Khmer here putting that pressure. We got theater squares coming up, theater square festivals coming up from him. He's building more wonders, Machu Picchu and Apadana. I do also notice he's probably going to want to recruit the next musician. It's 535 points, extremely expensive, but the next one up would be 270, so he might actually get 2 of them. Now we do also need to see the scientist. Phoenicia did manage to get Isaac Newton. Snatch that up from her opponents over here. She did manage to get to 143 science, but only 48 culture. This is the problem, the 48 culture. FizzLePoisson will need to actually pick up that slack coming up for the culture defense, and we do see Cardiff did get taken down by Chemikus. Okay, 162 tourism. He's about to double the numbers that he had a few turns ago. Okay, this is big. This is really big. Where is he on the civic tree? Natural history. Oh my god, he's so far ahead. He's so wait. Oh my. Why am I looking? Okay, there we go. So did he go here? Did he go ideology or mobilization? Did he get any of these? I'm not so sure. He has so much culture, right? 463. I guess I can actually take a look over here. Let me see. He's here. Urbanization, scorched earth. Okay, so he's on this tree. He didn't quite focus on anything. He just kept on getting envoys probably. Come on, you know, take down pre-build, put more pressure, bro. Hash K, pillage, pressure, pillage, you know, force your opponent to upgrade and so on, spend gold, spend resources. No? Okay. Harass. Do the Manorator. Do the Manorator. Well, he could have killed the unit. He hesitated. He will not kill the unit anymore. Prasad giving a lot of tourism. Well, a lot of culture. You do get the tourism once flight is discovered, but I don't think he has flight. And he's not going top 3. England taking over the Welsh CS, classic England right there. Yeah. Cardiff, you know, it is what it is. Well, we do have ironclads coming up from Eleanor, and of course Chemikus over here did put a few of them towards the Japanese Navy, and you do see they are dealing massive amounts of damage, and they do have promotions on them. Also with the frigate fleets, he's doing the necessary remaining damage to take down the Japanese caravels. We do need to see how many of them can pour through, and of course Exvupur is scrambling to keep them in check, to keep them in the choke point over there, while England will try to... Oh my god, this is... Look how fast these Japanese boats disappeared. They're out of there. They just went out of that. They saw the ironclad exactly like in the cartoons, you know. Exit stage right. We do have the Russian units that I think these guys didn't get the memo. You know, these guys over here really didn't get the memo. Yeah, exactly. It's after flight. It's once flight is research receive 10 tourism if the city population is 10 or higher, or 20 tourism if the city's population is 20. Yes, sail, boys, sail. 170 tourism. Hashke getting more, and he's gonna get more from Machu Picchu. He's gonna get Alhambra also in Bavapura, and that Apadana in Angkor Thom, allowing him to use another music slot, music work. And in the meantime, he is hard building cuirassier course from Vimayapura. That's 3 turns to build that. Oh my god, bro, just upgrade the units. Upgrade them. Hashke, just why is he not upgrading them? He totally doesn't care about this this war for some reason. Come on, just put a little bit, just tap it a little bit. Come on, just, you know, get those heavy chariots, upgrade them. You know, you're gonna have fun. I think he's worried about losing his amenities over here. He's getting a massive amount of advantages from having these amenities. And we got a GG, no way out for Chacun Pour Soi. Even if they did manage to attack one of their opponents and take him down, we did have over there England trying to keep his advantages, keep his capital with all of his strength and might and power. It does look like we did have a GG coming up from Chacun Pour Soi. It was a big brain Hashke over here that managed to carry this game. We did have also next to him Chemikus with quite a bit of an attack power, going against multiple opponents and winning. We did have him smashing through those Russian defenses, winning, taking a city, taking a lot of his navy out. We did have him fighting mano a mano, punch per punch with Japan, and even if he did have that Venetian arsenal, he did manage to stay alive there. Then in the south, we did have a few punches coming out from Norway against Choups. Still, England, unbelievably, is still alive. I cannot believe this. England is still alive. Gwernaroth managed to stay alive. Unbelievable. Okay, anyway, I do have to point out we are in the Francophone tournament. We will go into the channels. We will hear a lot of French being talked. But I think it is very important for the French-speaking viewers to listen to the post-game chat. They will get some details over there. If they want to share them, please do. If not, I understand. We might actually get the opportunity to ask them why they remap, why they didn't remap, and so on and so forth, and of course what kind of details they were coming out thinking about. So let's jump in and see what this goes for.
HK, et on peut pas tailler la valette, donc c'est tout.
Non mais okay. Des murs, non? Je la tombe en 3 tours, hein, Akkad. Hein.
4 tours les murs à Akkad. Hein.
Ah, dommage.
Bah ouais. Donc en fait, enfin, voilà quoi, il peut rien faire. Juste
Ok.
le tour où tu remets des émissaires, en fait, il avait prévu de la taille et
Ah,
ça, je pense que c'est
oh,
une erreur en fait.
Ah ouais,
Il a les
putain.
émissaires, il attend la fin du tour et il doit le faire
Ah
en
ouais,
plein
non, il aurait
milieu.
pas dû attendre. Hein.
Ah ouais,
Après, je la reprenais direct. Hein. Mais du coup, ça, j'avais
mais
pas
c'est
les
pas
golds
grave.
pour up.
c'est pas grave.
Ah oui,
ça.
non, il devait la taille tout de suite. Ouais.
Ça te, dans tous les cas, même si tu dois la relever, ça bump les unités des frontières déjà,
Ah
donc
non,
tu
mais on n'a
gagnes
pas les
un tour.
golds. On n'a pas les golds
Et
pour
en plus,
derrière.
oui, mais
On a pas
même
les
si
golds, on
vous
a pas les
avez,
golds.
même si vous avez les golds, ça vous oblige à re-up et à redépenser des golds. Dans tous les cas, c'est fine.
Ouais.
Ouais, c'est vrai. Il fallait qu'il le fasse. Ouais.
Japon, j'ai 8 submarines dans 2 tours.
Enfin oui,
Ah
c'est pour ça qu'en
ouais,
GG, tu peux.
Je te dis.
Non mais
C'est pas pour la victoire culturelle.
Bah en fait, on a aucune condition de victoire.
Je parle de ce sous-marin.
je pense qu'il y a eu des misplays.
Il a de dire que lui sur le Nova, il a perdu score ni bateau. Enfin, sur le one
And
side.
what happened with Novgorod? So with Solikamsk, with now Solikamsk.
Bah tu l'as prise. Voilà, GG. Tu veux qu'on dise
No, mate, the threw a one-tail joke.
Bah on est sur Vicky en fait. à
Mais
ce moment-là.
on est d'accord que ton. Attends, qui c'est qui a joué la Russie? Pardon.
C'est
Il est peut-être
Keske.
déjà parti.
Non, non, il est là.
Enfin,
Ah non, il est
a
parti.
il a une spawn sur une toute petite île, on est d'accord?
Oui,
Ouais.
oui.
Oui.
Putain,
C'est
l'horreur.
pour ça que vous avez mis pause parce que vous pensiez qu'il y avait un technical.
Non, on pensait qu'il y avait un technical au niveau du Japon. Et en fait, c'est pas un technical. On a le rôle de
Ah,
sur
un
le
tour.
spawn.
À un tour
Ouais, je
près.
sais. Moi j'avais call qu'il
ouais.
fallait appeler un arbitre. Parce
Ok,
que,
ok.
Ouais,
en
t'aurais
fait,
dû.
à l'arbitrage, ils peuvent quand même décider, même si c'est pas un technical pur, ils peuvent décider de faire d'appliquer le technical parce que le spawn est trop IRL.
Ok.
Ouais.
Non.
Et...
Moi j'ai un god
j'ai
spawn.
pas
Hein.
voulu. Bah,
Ils
je
ont
sais bien.
expliqué, ouais.
Mais t'es pas le seul, hein.
So wait,
Quand je vois les
did
épices
you
sur,
not want a technical?
Ah oui.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
Oh, sorry, Michael.
Hello,
Michael.
did you well played?
Hello.
Did you not want a technical there on Kyoto?
No, that's not
It's
technical.
Not a technical,
Oh wait, really?
It's
Where did you
Really?
spawn with Kyoto?
but
I can settle.
It
I
was
see.
at one turn.
But I-
The technical, if it's more than 7 turns to settle the free
Yeah.
will, the free city, and it was just 7, and then
Oh,
it's
right.
it's
Oh, it's not
not a
6?
technical.
Oh, it's 7 now?
It's 8 turns to settle. It's 7 ties
No,
to walk.
it's more than 7, then at least 8 to have a technical.
Oh.
But it is 8 turns to settle Fukuoka.
Là, vous avez cessé au moment où j'ai fait un groupe de musique, enfin un truc, et je fais. Elle est déjà passée? Putain, mais attends, mais elle est déjà passée là? Non. Mais je pense qu'elle a passé à terme aussi.
So
Well,
why
yeah.
did
Ah
you
oui,
both
c'est
want to
aussi, mais on
remap
n'a
the
pas
first
de-
one? I understand Dido, but why did you want Hashkey to remap the first one?
Did you see my spawn, Michael?
Not
I
for
had
Dido,
desert to
I
the
was...
south and desert to the north and desert
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
west.
But
I
so
was
much
okay.
land, so you weren't
I was
attacked by
okay
anybody.
with my spawn, but I think my spawn is not bad but not good, and Japan spawn is bad because Tundra
Yeah.
is south. So
But by the way, Russian is not a really good spawn, but that give you a lot of gold in early, because you can trade fast with Dido, and the gold
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a problem for us, and that's why I go a commercial hub fast, second quarter in 2 city, and yeah, I'm the only one on hub. But by the way, we yeah, you had a trade, but I don't understand why you don't want to kill England earlier.
Yeah, you guys let me leave when you could have like straight killed me before the second
Well,
round.
there was a
And
missed
maybe
goal,
if you do that,
Okay.
we can't win the last Congress.
we have a problem of Niter, so we can't upgrade.
Ah, okay. Yes, we have a lot
I
of
was-
meter.
I was alone on the
Yeah. Because the second you had the
Meter
frigates,
and-
you destroyed me. So.
I was
Yeah.
alone on Niter and I have only one on my land, only one, and the only on my land is third ring of Biruta, so cuck.
Ah.
Ok.
Right. Okay.
Ok.
Oh, it was intense.
Did you
Yeah.
ever consider with Norway to get that connection city and try to push Phoenicia from the south?
I see the town, so I have a birem on
Yeah.
the coast to see, and there was a hut, so so I know that that he hasn't seen this city.
Yeah.
And
I,
when he settled Bergen, okay.
I actually told Skarn to settle the city and push with caravels on the bottom side, but he decided to go
Yeah, it was blocked
to
in.
Oh,
Nadu and
But
to
we have
block it.
not
Je peux
enough
durer-
gold to put.
Ouais, bah je peux te jurer que
Ah
si
oui,
tu la
we
poses
had-
pas
we
Bergen,
had.
c'est moi qui la pose dans la ville canal.
Ouais, forcément.
Ouais, c'est ce qu'on lui a dit. On lui a dit il faut que tu la
Ouais.
poses vite.
Ouais, j'y
C'était
avais
son
déjà...
objectif de game.
Ouais, j'ai rien fait d'autre. Hein. La tristesse.
Littéralement. Tu voulais ma game?
Non, c'est pas ça, mais façon de parler, je voulais push, puis quand tu vois t'as pas assez de gold, t'es obligé de te freiner et puis de faire autre chose.
Mais je comprends pas comment vous avez pas de gold par contre.
Et ça, on en a
Bah,
fait,
là
mais au
maintenant
début.
on en a.
Mais genre la Norvège aurait
J'ai
pu...
parti du-
Trop loin. Trop loin.
Non mais
de
trop loin.
l'Angleterre.
Ouais mais trop loin, enfin, il est en monu première ère, il fait un colon, même si le
Ah
colon
non, mais
lui
c'est
sert
lui
pour aller
après
settle,
qui gère pas. Moi j'ai pas regardé, tu vois.
Parce que putain, je
Moi
pense
j'ai
que-
posé une ville
C'était loin,
via
hein.
Dapura, je l'ai posé très
Mais
vite.
c'est loin, mais tu t'en bats les couilles en fait, tu t'as que construction navale et...
Ah, mais c'est ce
le
qui s'est
colon,
passé. Moi je
il nage, hein.
l'ai. Bah, moi il
Ok,
a
je me suis
traversé
chié
par la
parce que
terre,
c'est-
mais.
Je veux dire, en fait, s'il décide de pas poser la ville canal, il a que ça à faire de sa game de faire des goals.
Oui, non, mais c'est pas, je suis pas fier de ma game. Hein. Merci. Merci.
Non mais c'est pas...
Je t'aime aussi, mais merci.
Non, c'est pas un reproche du tout, hein, mais
Ah
c'est
si,
quand on
c'est
dit...
une bonne critique.
Mais quand on dit que c'est trop loin et tout, moi je suis pas d'accord en fait, t'as que ça à faire, donc si le colon il 20 tours à laisser c'est pas grave.
À la
C'est ton
base,
plan de jeu de toute façon.
à la base, je partais pour trade avec le Khmer, donc j'ai fait un
Non,
set
non,
naval
non,
pour
ça
le
non, je
trade.
t'ai dit qu'on devait pas trade ensemble.
Et
en fait.
quand il m'a dit il faut pas trade, c'était déjà trop tard pour envoyer mon colon et je commençais déjà à trade avec mon autre ville. Donc le trade je le faisais. Donc un peu déçu, j'ai eu une mauvaise lecture de jeu.
So I think we heard enough. They're going to talk a little bit more about their choices over there. We did figure out the problem, the major problem stopper to take down England was the Niter, especially after he did manage to get the walls up. We did also figure out they didn't have enough gold to pass this as a viable option to get those caravels through towards Phoenicia. Chemikus did also point out they did, but they didn't. I don't know, and there was a massive disagreement over there. We did have also him flaunting a little bit his abilities to go against Russia and take down cities, not to mention he was spreading around towards the Japanese side to the north as well. We did have also Hash King getting massive advantages when it came to the tourism, and he was about to get a culture victory over here the longer the game went on. I do notice, of course, he was upgrading those Cuirassier cores, and with these guys, he would have managed to smash through the defenses of Phoenicia relatively fast. We did have him with quite a few bonus points on him, and I'm pretty sure he would have gotten the general soon enough. He was on the way towards winning anyway. Amazing game coming up over here. Is France the most prominent country for competitive Civ 6 play? I think so, actually. They have a lot of players from the same country, while in the international community we have a lot of players coming up from how to say multiple countries and joining to play, like most of Europe, and we have like internationals. We got some Eastern ones and some Brazilian ones. So I guess overall, if you take your pick, the Francophone community is the biggest one of the same speaking players, the same language speaking players. I think I got all of them answered, by the way. GG, well played, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. Give me a second. 1 second.
Avec Japon d'un côté et...
Thank you so
et
much
Chine de l'autre,
for allowing me to stream, guys. Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
Michael,
Thank you,
GG, well played, guys. Amazing game to see.
Yes.
If you want to ask some questions in English, go ahead, man. It just
No.
when there's a lot of people speaking French, we tend to switch back, you know.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. We understood what happened over there, and we got the gist of what was going on, the problems and the niter and everything, and the remaps. I guess the most baffling one was the early remap, but I think Choups answered that with why, and then Chemikus was. I'm pretty sure he was complaining about his spawn, but he had so much land though. Like he didn't need to care that much.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is what it is.
The land of Chemikus, it was horrible.
Bonsoir, have a
You
good
see?
evening, guys. Bisu. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
See you later, Michael. Bye.
Wait,
Bye.
did I mute something or what happened here?
No. Do you hear me? Hello?
My sound just
Michael is.
went out.
Michael is dead. RIP.
My God.
Oh,
Michael.
I see how it is. I'm sorry for a few seconds that I wasn't hearing anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah,
See you later.
My headphones got disconnected. There we go.
see you later.
See you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Wait,
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, man. My headphones got disconnected. I probably pulled them with my hands, and I didn't hear quite a few words over there. Again, thank you so much for everything, and of course, I much appreciate all of the support. I do hope we're gonna see each other in the next stream tomorrow. We're gonna have an earlier stream than usual. We're gonna have one at 1200 GMT. That means 3 p.m. my time, and of course, I do hope we're gonna have some fun over there with the Australian boys going against the farmers from the CPL community. Oh man, that's a game. And at the same time, I do want to point out, if you want to keep tabs on my schedule, you can check out my upcoming games over here. I do try to keep as much of an updated schedule as possible, and you do see multiple competitions. We're now in the CPL Premier, in the qualifiers, in the CivFR qualifiers, and the CivFR Squadrons. In the What happened there? Did my microphone just drop? Kick. Can you hear me, guys? I think you can hear me, right? Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna see each other in the next ones, and I do hope you guys are gonna have amazing fun. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. The screen froze or something. It is what it is. Let me actually take a look over here. Camera froze. Yeah, it's. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what it is. Okay, so sound is back now. Okay. It is what it is. Anyway, we're gonna see each other in the next one, and I do hope you guys are gonna have some fun. I am sorry again for the beginning, and I do hope we're gonna see each other tomorrow. Bye bye bye.